Move.
I'm gonna put you up to the other channel for now, okay?
Oh, sorry.
Alright. That was very abrupt, but we have a thing. We have a thing. Welcome everyone to D&D. This is going to be a very interesting topic, a very interesting gameplay, and yeah, me and a couple of friends, and I've been mulling over this for the last several months that we've been playing D&D, and yeah, I decided one time to go through and do a dungeon run, and that went really well. The 3 players that we have at the moment, with the 4th in close as well, is actually here today as well. Yeah. It's a bit of a hobby product, bit of a passion kind of thing that I have at the moment, and it's something I've wanted to do for a while. Like I've been big on playing D&D, and I've been very into playing characters in the world, and yeah, this is just another aspect of my my channel, I guess. So without further ado, we're gonna head on over to this scene where we have continent of Thae'leas. Up the top there, you see that there I have Discord showing me, and our lovely music bot who you can hear in the background. It's very quiet. Over there, you see dice rolls. So if someone doesn't have dice, you know, the lovely shiny click clacks that they have, it's lovely things. If they don't have those, they can roll over there, or they can shush phone. They can have like a really big epic roll or something. But what we're focusing on today is on the map there. You see that point where it says red? Our 3 party members met there rather abruptly. We have the Birdman Zexus, well, Avon Fighter, I should say. We have the Tabaxi Sorcerer, Harmony, and we have the Drunken Dwarf Pugilist, Oscar. They found themselves in a small tavern. Oscar was rather drunk and had a bit of a discussion with a sailor. Sailor didn't like this discussion and proceeded to try and fight Oscar. Oscar ended him out into the street. Right through the saloon-style doors. Right at the foot of Zexus, who was just coming into town to try and find a certain individual. And Amelie was in the bar as well, just quietly keeping to herself in the corner, also looking for a certain individual. The Zexus had gone up to the bar, asked about the individual, Mr. Fizzbang Madgadget, a renowned, crazy but eccentric scientist, who was going to point him in the direction of his next bounty target. Oscar, overhearing this, because he's sitting right at the bar, first and forefront, getting hammered off his face, even though it's kind of hard for a dwarf to get drunk, overhears this. And with her cat-like ears, Emily also hears this. Oscar is just like, I know this madman you speak of. In fact, I work for him. Let me show you to where he is. And leads both Zexus and Amelie to his place of work. Madgadget. I got to find the picture. I'm kind of scrolling over things, but basically they go to Madgadget Labs, where Madgadget has just finished on his recent inventions and sees Oscar and Lee and Zexus enter in. They have a bit of discussion. Zexus getting a little bit rough with Mad Gadget, trying to squeeze information out of the poor gnome inventor, lifting his 2'11" frame right up off the ground to Zexus's 6'4" height. Very high for a gnome. Very, very high. But no, Mad Gadget wasn't phased, and decided to give each of the party a small experimental weapon or item so that they can field test them for him, give him some feedback. For Amelie was a shield belt that when she hits a button in the center of the belt, it projects an electromagnetic shield that will prevent, which will try to prevent attacks through the user. And for Zexus, because Zexus is a little bit of a long shot character, he got given an experimental rifle, which has a scope and does quite well at long distance, but not so well at close distance. And if anyone was in range, he could expect to lose a hearing for a few minutes. Music, what are you doing? And in unveiling his primary invention, he raises the tarp off, and a giant balloon fills up with lighter than air gas attached to a small hull of a ship that he managed to salvage from some of the shipyards down in Rid. Everyone clambered on board. Mad Gadget was able to quickly pack a few things away before it started lifting up, and then raising the roof and opening it up. And they set off on their adventure, heading north. They went for a few hours. Hey, cynical. They went north for a few hours, just past Krigh, up to the mountains. And that you see just next to the K. Oh, voice break. Next to the K of the Kingdom of Red, where they heard a massive flock of wyvern had swooped up above the backside of the mountain, chasing what looked to be an ancient white dragon. Normally, the different types of dragon-like creatures would not interact with each other, but it seemed like the wyvern were just going at this dragon, and the airship was flying directly towards it. Zexus took a shot at one of the wyvern, winging it, but not killing it. The dragon heard the sound, came towards the ship, but was still being attacked by the wyvern, and it slashed at the wyvern, missing the wyvern, hitting the balloon, and down went the airship. As the airship landed, Zexus had managed to grab Amelie and, using his wings, fly her to safety. But Mad Gadget and Oscar were still on board. Mad Gadget had lashed himself down. Oscar had not fully secured himself down properly and was thrown from the crashing ship. As Oscar came to, it seemed like he landed on something rather soft and furry. So he landed on something soft and furry. It turns out that he landed on two big brown bears, as Zexus and Amelie had landed on the ship. They proceeded to fight the brown bears, which ended in a rather bloody mess, mostly all over Oscar, since the experimental rifle was a little bit stronger than anticipated. With a big rifle crack going out, it was just blood and just all over Oscar, and he just reveled in it. Just yeah. Gadget, not being a fighter, he was just like, I'm still writing our research. Just protect me. It's fine. We had also 3 wild boars come out of the forest as well. And yeah, they fought the boars, they fought the bears, not a problem. And they got out of it rather unscathed. Oscar was lucky; he tripped down, landed on a lower piece of rock, and a ball had charged right at him, but it missed and went straight over top. And yeah, so they hunkered down for the rest of the day and rest of the night, and stayed in the crashed hull of the ship. Luckily, the rear portion of the ship had still stayed intact, and there was a small room which was completely serviceable, with a desk where Mad Gadget was reading and writing late into the night, with Zexus on watch on top. Emily and Oscar had fallen asleep inside the hull, waiting for whoever was going to be up the next watch, I should say. So we'll get Oscar into the chat. Hello, Oscar.
Oh, hi, Oscar. Hello, Oscar here.
And are those two still doing things, or is it good to bring them down to?
No, Chris is good. The other, Peter and Sarah were just watching your stream, so they have just been muted and deafened while they were making sure they were up to date with everything.
Okay.
I can unmute them and so on and so forth if you want me to drag them down, but up to you.
Yeah, we'll get everyone in here now.
Alright.
Hello, Chris.
G'day, g'day.
And hello, you two.
Hello.
Hi.
Greetings. Oh,
Someone didn't.
they went
just
away.
Yep.
Bye. And here they are.
You have
There,
returned.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
You're all good. You're all good.
Welcome
Alright.
back.
So,
See when
where we last left
Yeah.
off was on the back of the crashed back end of the ship. Yes?
We had basically just bedded down for the night, if I'm correct.
Yep.
You two down. That rustling is very loud on stream, by the way. So,
A little bit better.
a little bit better. Yes, sir.
Just making sure. Okay.
Alright,
Probably
so
good job.
you all
Cool.
wake up in the morning. Zexus was up on top, outside, watching out.
Yeah, I think it was Oscar and Zexus who had taken watch overnight. I remember.
I think
something
Zexus
like
was on first, and then Oscar was on second.
Yeah, that's. Or it was one way around. I don't remember.
Alright. And Emily was asleep in the corner, and Mad Gadget was just tinkering away and reading and writing all his notes of what had happened the day before.
Doing his thing. Yep.
Doing his thing, yes. He had a candle set high when he first started, but then you notice that the candle has been burnt out, and he's just slumped over on his desk just asleep.
Yep.
Alright.
Sounds like Mad Gadget.
Sounds like Mad Gadget, yes. Now, the day has broken. Light is streaming through the windows. Well, I'd say windows, but it's more like just cracked glass. What do you guys do?
Windows. Oscar is going to grumble before sitting up and taking a small swig.
You reach into your pack, you grab your water skin full of alcoholic content, and just down a portion of that.
Oscar, now being a bit sorry, was Oscar? He would have already been awake because he was on second watch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oscar kind of grumbles to himself. Should probably work up the boss, and is going to tap Mad Gadget on the shoulder.
Mad Gadget startles awake. What's going on?
Oscar just kind of stands with his hands out in front of him, boss, it's me. I'm just kind of points out one of the cracks. Morning,
Oh, yes. So, I've been poring over the map. I think we better get the other two sorted first. Yes.
Oscar grumbles before not booting, but kind of tapping with his boot each of the others, and just kind of says, "Morning."
My neighbors are revving their car. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that.
We cannot.
Not
Well, I
yet.
cannot
Not,
anyway.
not on stream. We're good. Alright. So, Amelie and Zexus. Are you awake?
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Amelie says as she stretches like a cat.
Oscar regards
Just
both of
full
you
on
with a
cat pose, just
kind of
arms out,
Yeah.
butt in the air.
Oh,
Oscar just kind of regards both of you with a bit of a wary stare, but smiles when you catch his eye.
Wow, looks like everyone's awake. He brings over.
What's
May I get
with the glare?
Oscar just you follow Oscar's gaze to the gun next to you, back to your eyes, and Oscar just shakes his head slowly before going to he basically just says, "I'm gonna go get fire going, make some food," and disappears. Well, not to disappear, goes outside to where the fire was.
Yeah, you still will notice that there's plenty of bear and boar meat all across the ground.
Great.
So one of the further boar corpses has now disappeared.
a borps, as you may say.
The corpse has disappeared. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm only recently awake, and that's the funniest thing in the world in my brain. Sorry, right, carry on.
Right. So Oscar goes outside, starts to prepare a fire. Mad Gadget brings over from the desk that he's working on, he brings over to the main table and rolls out a closer map of the area. And on the screen, you'll see that this is about where we crashed. I suggest we head south to Krigh. We may be able to find some more suitable transport to head out to the north.
I thought we'd already discussed this last night.
Yeah, but we hadn't discussed the way we were going to go. I think if we head west directly, we can go across the river, hit the main road, and we might find someone traveling along that will give us a lift.
So heading west to the road, then south?
Yeah. The southern road does go through the mountain. So if we... Actually, no, it's not a mountain. There's just a small hill. We're going just over that. But there is the river to cross
How does
first.
everyone else feel?
Oscar just shrugs.
Amelie just says, I'm just happy to be here and participating. I'll just go wherever you guys go.
Fair enough. Alright, so we'll make plans to leave in an hour then.
I mean, Oscar really does not. Again, he just shrugs.
That's good. That's good then. Right. So you guys spend the hour just packing up what you can. Your materials. You see Mad Gadget fiddling with stuff in his backpack, and you notice it's got two. It's not 2 bars on the side of it and 1 bar in the middle. But you pay no attention to that.
Mad Gadget,
Yes.
what sort of flame accelerant did you use to keep the blimp afloat?
It was a lighter than air gas. I mixed some how would you say? I mixed some aluminum with some kind of some hydroxide base. It made some really explosive material, but it was really light.
Do you happen to have any more of it stored around, or was it all dissipated upon the blimp being torn apart?
I could manufacture some more back at the lab, but not right now. The blimp is currently just a shredded mass on the side of the hill.
No, it was just an idea. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before you guys leave?
I'm just going to make sure all of my weaponry is loaded and good to go.
Oscar is going to make sure he's had a decent meal and otherwise not really do anything.
Well, you have some of the
Yeah, probably the same with Amelie.
have some of the boar meat, and some of the meat, some of the beer. Season it with some of the rations you have in the backpack.
Season it with dried jerky. Hell yeah.
I mean, there'll be some sort of spices and stuff that was added to it, and There
double
were-
meat.
there were provisions made for a long journey, but it was cut short.
Meat sandwich.
Meat sandwich. You got boar meat, then bear meat, then boar meat again.
Sorry, that just makes my gut a bit. Anyway.
Zexus is just going to grab a big ass hunk of boar meat as we're about to leave.
Okay. So we're heading west then?
Oscar again shrugs. You're the boss.
Okay. So the party now starts moving to the west. They start trudging on for a good, 30 minutes or so. It doesn't seem to be anything happening. Though there are still distant roars up in the hills. Because yeah. You still
I'm gonna
reckon.
go up and keep an eye out.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
So I'm going to, be floating about 20 foot above the party, above the tree line, keeping an eye out.
Roll a perception check.
That's a good first roll.
It's a good first roll. Nice.
First roll of the night, first roll of the day, D20, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Well,
You
it's
see. Good
That's
start.
without using the advantage from Hawkeye.
Well, either way, you look around while you're up there. You're spotting over with your eye with scope that there are still a few wyvern that are still floating around the northern end. You see the break in the trees where you see the river probably another mile ahead. You also see another break in the trees just beyond that where the road is. You see it trailing off to the north and to the south. You also turn around and have a look, and you see the massive destruction that the airship had done to the forest and its surrounding area, because it came in hard.
Yes, it did. The fall damage taken really does not portray just how hard that thing hit the ground.
I mean, it was mitigated by the soft landing on the bears,
I know, but still.
but it is something to be beheld.
I'm gonna call down to the party that I'm gonna relay to the party what I can see about the river and the road being further off. About how far out would you say they were? About a mile.
About a mile. It was about 20 minutes walk.
Yeah, that they were about a mile out from the river, and that I'm surprised that the two who stayed on the ship survived the crash.
Oscar just shrugs.
You just see Maggot turn around, look at you, hands raised. Physics!
Oscar kind of gives his boss a quizzical look and says, "Boss, no."
I told you to lash yourself down. You just held on.
Oscar just shakes his head and says, "Look, don't worry about it, boss. Pointless question."
I mean, you're a hardy one. You can take a few hits.
Oscar taps the side of his skull, and there's a slight metallic clang as he does.
I'm just going to descend back down to the party, so I'm on the ground with them. We also want to keep a low profile. There's still wyverns around.
Oscar nods and looks sternly at Mad Gadget.
No, that's fine. We're just gonna keep on going.
And as Zexus says that, Amelie looks up at the sky, like looks around for them.
Roll a perception check, Amelie.
Okay.
With advantage.
With advantage? Okay, hold up.
Are they being pointed out, or?
No, they're not being pointed out. It's her hearing.
Oh Jesus, that's not very good, hun.
No, it's not.
What's your modifier?
So, that's 8 total from Amelie.
You hear a very faint roar in the distance. As, yes, the wyvern are still in the area.
Okay.
Alright. After another 20 minutes of walking, you'll reach a stream. It's about 15 foot wide. It seems about 5 foot deep. Doesn't seem to be a fast current. You look like you can probably swim across.
Who wants to stay dry?
Amelie raises her hand. I do. I hate water.
Oscar is just going to grab Mag Gadget, hoist him up onto his shoulders, and begin walking across.
Zex is just gonna pick up Amelie and fly her over.
Okay.
And when they get over, she's going to thank Zexus for that.
As you see Oscar and Mad Gadget on his, just over his head, you see Oscar just go down, and then just the top of his head is at the top of the water, and then up again at the other side.
He just keeps walking. Like he just slowly, steadily makes his way across.
Wow. Yeah. That was much appreciated. Thank you.
Oscar looks Mag Gadget up and down and says, "Couldn't let you get taken away by the current."
I'll be fine. It's not my first rodeo, you know?
Oscar looks him up and down, raises an eyebrow, and then says nothing.
Alright. The road... from the other side of the road, you can see the break in the trees where the road is. It's about 30 feet away.
About 30 feet away. Oh,
30 feet away.
That is very, very close indeed. I see what you mean, though. The river is really fucking close.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
No point standing around here doing nothing. Let's fucking move.
Alright. So, you reach...
Oscar stops wringing his boots out and gets them back on his feet before moving again.
Yeah, after the 15 minutes of just, squeezing everything out, making sure that you're all rather dry. Good thing
He
the
can be as
packs...
dry as he cares about.
Good thing the packs are almost waterproof, so that you can actually, keep things in there. Almost.
Almost.
If you open the lid, there's going to get water in.
Well, I mean, yes.
Roll for soggy sandwiches.
roll for watered down alcohol.
Oh, no.
I was gonna say, soggy sandwiches. Oscar doesn't care. Watered down alcohol.
Wait, hold on.
Zex ain't gonna be waiting. He's just gonna start heading straight off towards the road.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zex is leading the charge. Is Amelie also there as well?
Yeah, Amelie will follow Zexus.
Okay.
Oscar takes a minute to dry himself off, but otherwise will follow after fairly shortly.
And Mad Gadget will bring up the rear. So, marching order is Zexus, Amelie, Oscar, Mad Gadget. As you all break through the trees, you see the road. It's rather scorned with all manner of cart tracks, and with all this dewy morning that's been happening, because it is now late morning. All the dew and all the moisture in the evening had caused most of the road to become rather muddy, and we now have
Alright.
the map to the road.
Heading south.
Yep. So you guys are at the road now. So someone roll me a 1d100.
1d100, hang on. 1d100, that is a 41.
41. Okay. So you guys step onto the road, yes, and you start heading south.
Oscar is going to check that he's not going to sink, given he's rather dense.
The road is fairly solid. It's just only the
Zexus.
surface layer that's covered in mud.
Okay. No, Oscar will just
okay.
step on the road then, yeah.
Alright. I was going to say, otherwise, if it was going to be like really muddy, Zexus was just going to step to the side of the road where it should be dryish.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, you guys start heading down.
Yep.
You guys get about 30 feet down.
And then a wagon runs you over. Good game, everybody.
speeding wagon out of nowhere.
RKO out of nowhere, so start heading down. Rolla. Okay. So everyone's on the road. Gadgets.
On the road.
Gotta get this right.
Zexus is going to keep an ear out for any sort of carts or anything making noise on the road behind them.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
That's a 24 total.
You look to the north and you don't see any carts coming. You don't hear any carts coming. You look to the south, you don't hear or see any carts coming either. However, you do see a shadow just briefly glint over the top of over the road.
Zexus is going to push Armley, who's the only other one out of the open, back into the cover of the trees.
Okay, you get pushed back.
Does Oscar notice? Sorry, does he notice the pushing and the so on, or like Zexus's reaction, or?
You do notice Zexus is just like owl
Well, in that case,
style,
Oscar's
just
just
looking
going to stop
around.
and put an arm out to stop Mad Gadget going past him.
Okay. So
Zexus is just going to point in the direction of the shadow he saw.
yep, the shadow he points towards the northern end, so you can see something coming around.
Zexus is going to pull out his pepperbox rifle and have it ready.
Okay. Everyone, roll initiative as you see. Yes.
1 second. So I was just going to say, just as a reaction, is Oscar able to just down a drink?
Oh yeah, Oscar, get down and drink easy.
Alright, cool. That's fine.
You see one of the wyverns land.
I love this dice.
That
Oh,
dice has been
dear.
very nice to you today, Han.
So it's a 23 on a natural 20.
Of course I get a natural one.
Okay, you did just swap dice for a little bit.
I might just use my other dice set.
1 second.
Alright. Oh, this should be fun.
Did I have a note of how much? I didn't. Sorry, I just need to roll to see how much alcohol Oscar actually has. Okay, cool. He has.
Oh, sorry about the natural one, baby.
That's alright.
Okay, initiative is a 17 total for Oscar.
Okay.
Also, with the natural one, her initiative with the modifier would be a 5.
Unfortunately, it's still a natural 1, so you still skip the first round.
Yeah, I know.
Zexus was a 23.
Correct. With the natural 20. Do you want me to roll to confirm?
No.
No? Cool. Oh, that means I get a surprise round.
Yes.
Okay, so first up, you have Zexus.
Alright. Do we have an initiative order?
I have the initiative order, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. I'm just going to tell everyone to, cover their ears as I bring my rifle up. How far away is it, actually?
You can see it, can you?
On the thing, you would be 5, 10, 15. It is 20 foot away from you.
15 technically, if you just
Alright.
go directly on the lines.
Well, yeah, between 15 and 20 on.
that case, for my surprise round, I'm going to use my bonus action to put my pepperbox rifle away, pull out my normal pepperbox, and my hand mortar.
Okay.
Dual wheels.
I'm going to start by firing off my hand mortar.
Okay.
Followed by a shot with my pepperbox.
Roll the hit.
I'm also going to expend a grit point on each of them. So I get advantage on them.
2 grit points of advantage, yep.
So I'm going to go for hand mortar first. That's a dice drop. Shit, where'd that dice go? Fucking dice.
He lost the dice and went underwater temporarily.
Alright, so that's a... Oh, Jesus, okay. Good thing I had advantage. So the hand mortar is a 14.
14 hits.
Alright, cool. And the standard pepperbox is also a 14.
And 14 hits.
Alright, so standard pepperbox is... It's 1d10, yep. Standard pepperbox does 12 piercing damage.
12 piercing, okay.
Hand mortar does 13 fire, and the wyvern also needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
5 does not beat.
Nope. So it takes an additional 1d8 of piercing as shrapnel hits it. So it only takes another 2 piercing damage from shrapnel.
A total of 27 points of damage. Cool.
Okay.
And so, top of the round again. Sexus.
I'm just going to fire off the pepperbox multiple times.
Bang bang.
Going to expend another. What's that?
Bang bang.
And action surge. So bang bang bang.
Okay.
That's a. That one's another 14.
That hits.
Okay, so that's that. Next two, that's a 24.
24 definitely hits.
That's not a natural 20, is it?
No, that wasn't.
Uh.
And a 19.
And a 19 hits. So everything hits.
So that's all 3. So that's another 3d8 of damage. 3d10, sorry. Or your d10, huh? Cool. Ooh, it's almost max damage roll. Nice. So it's 8, 16, 25, plus another 9, 34 points of piercing. 34 piercing.
34 piercing.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to reload my gun. And end my turn.
Right, shink, 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 shink. You reload your gun. Alright. Oscar.
That's the end of Zexus's turn.
Oscar is up.
Right. Mad Gadget is in front of Oscar. Oscar doesn't like that. Is Oscar able to could he push Mad Gadget behind him as he moves, or would that be an extra action?
That'll be an extra action.
Alright. Oscar is going to do what? Full action or bonus action?
It'll be a full action, because he's not going to be moving himself.
Yeah, I'm guessing he wouldn't be willing exactly.
So it'd be the equivalent of a shove action, basically.
Yeah.
It's more of a grapple and move.
Okay, Oscar is going to expend a point of Moxie, putting him back to 2 points of Moxie,
Mm-hmm.
to take the dash action as a bonus action, and is going to use the equivalent of a shove action to. He's gonna move 5 foot up, like putting himself between the Wyvern and Mad Gadget, and try and push Mad Gadget back to where he would have been.
Okay, roll a
Like
strength
putting
check.
Mad Gadget away from it. Sorry, roll a what?
Roll a strength.
Not athletics if it's a shove.
Athletics, yeah.
Okay, athletics is a 15 total.
Mad Gadget doesn't beat or contest, so he is pushed back.
Okay, so Oscar pushes him back as what he's concerned, as far as he's concerned, is a bit safer of place.
Yeah.
And is then going to use the rest of his movement to go up a square. So he's kind of like along the right side of the Wyvern.
Yeah.
And is then going to swing at it, I guess. Actually, he is going to make an attack, but replace one of them with a shove against the Wyvern.
Okay, it would be at disadvantage because it is a large creature.
That's fine. Oscar is still going to make the shove attempt because,
Yeah.
well, there's not really a whole lot else he can do at the moment. Which is a... oh, that went off the table all. Where the hell did that dice go? Wait a second.
We all seem to be losing our dice today. Where's your dice set there, Tama?
You're more than welcome to roll on the dice pod, it shows up on the stream. God damn, Chris.
Tama, are you still alive?
I don't know what's going on.
Right, sorry about that.
Did you get called away?
Oh, well, it doesn't matter about the other dice because they were both 4s. Oscar gets a 9 total for the shove.
You shove against the Wyvern, but it shoves back. It doesn't go anywhere.
Oscar is then going to grunt disappointedly and pass his turn, given he's done all his shtick.
Okay. You then turn around to hear another roar in the distance. But it gets closer and closer. And then a second Wyvern lands, right next to Zexus.
Well, that's not great.
And it's
How
going
I have not
to...
noticed that earlier.
Because you're busy in combat with
You
this
were
one.
shooting your guns, which are very loud.
Yes. You're shooting
Sure.
loud gun. So it comes in, lands, and then decides to go for an attack at Zexus. It's going to bite, it's going to sting. So, first one misses. And the second one is a 18 to hit.
That connects.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw.
A con save? Got it. Does a 22 beat?
It does, but you still take 11 piercing damage as the tail whips around and it slaps into your side.
11? Alright.
And you take...
What else do I
You
take?
take 12 points of poison damage.
Zexus is unconscious.
Yikes.
That's not a good start.
Level 3 fighter. He's just done 20 fucking 3 points of damage in one turn. In
No,
one
no.
hit. In one hit. Holy crap.
I mean, yeah. You're allowed. Amelie, your turn.
Okay.
No, unfortunately, you got a nat 1 on first round.
Oh yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
do miss your turn.
We missed the turn so
Mad
much.
Gadget. Mad Gadget's not having any of this. He's gonna step forward, round the back next to Amelie, and he's gonna ready himself up an attack. You see the backpack just open out and extend. You see the two poles on the back drop down and brace into the ground. You see the main center one reach over his shoulder. The boy's gonna use a thunder cannon.
Well, I mean, that's one way of making an entrance.
The only reason why he's got the stands on the back is to make sure that he doesn't get blown back as he uses it.
I mean, given the size of him, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, indeed. So, rolls to hit. Is a... There it is. That is a 23 to hit, which definitely hits. So you definitely hear a lot of whirring in the backpack as it goes on. And basically, it just shoots. And it does. Oh, why is it so little? Why is it so little? 6 plus 6, 12 plus 2. 14 points of piercing thunder damage. And he reloads it.
Base.
It's just the bullet flies out of the gun, smacks into the side of the wyvern, and then just lightning just arcs all around it. But for 14 points of damage is not that much. And that is his turn. Next up is Wyvern 1. However, Wyvern 1, it's been knocked back so many times that it just can't do anything. It misses its first turn. Top of the round.
Oh,
Zexus.
first death saving throw.
That's an 8 total for death saving throw.
That's a fail. Oscar.
Okay. Having just checked, unless this is a special rule for your game, Oscar doesn't have disadvantage if the creature is no more than one size larger than him on the shelf.
Can I ask what that base?
That is the stream running in the background of Pete's thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
If I'm not
What was that, sorry?
mistaken.
We can hear the reverb coming back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's
Can't
okay.
do much about that.
Yeah. Do you need the stream audio on or?
You can either
I'm
play
not
through the
running the stream audio.
Oh no, right, it's just the reverb. Okay, right, I'm with you.
It's literally just the reverb from the speakers.
Okay, that makes more
So
sense.
that
Sorry,
Sarah
somebody
can
said
both
the stream
hear you.
reverb, and I was thinking, what?
No, it's not.
Oh, good.
Tell you what I will do though. However, I'll just mute myself until we need to do something.
Okay,
That works.
all right. Anyway, sorry. I just checked because I wasn't sure. Sorry. Oscar doesn't have disadvantage shoving a creature. It just says it. To shove a creature must be no more than one size larger than you.
Okay. And your class is a medium creature instead of just a large.
Yeah, Oscar's medium, and I'm guessing the wyvern's large.
The wyvern is large, yes.
Yeah. In that case, Oscar is going to attempt to boot the wyvern down again.
Okay.
And he rolls a that's worse than last time. He rolls an 8 total, which is contested by its athletics or acrobatics, its choice.
No, you managed to make it.
With an 8 total.
I rolled a 4. You grab it by its legs and just heft up, and it's so, not aware of what's happening that it just fumbles and falls to the ground.
All right.
So now it is on the ground, writhing, just trying to get itself righted back up.
Oh yeah, in that case, Oscar chooses to knock it prone.
Yeah.
And Oscar is then going to, with his action and expending a point of moxie, using a point of moxie, is going to make 3 unarmed attacks against the creature.
Okay.
Because it is prone, each of them has advantage. So the first one is a... Yikes, that is a 13 to hit. No, 14, sorry, 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Okay, second one is a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Third and final attack is a 24 to hit.
They all hit.
Okay, Oscar then does a total of 3d6 and 9. Actually, hang on. Is Oscar going to... It's a bonus action to spark the knuckles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine. Oscar does 6, 12, and 9 makes 21 bludgeoning damage as he just beats the shit out of the wyvern. I can't really think of a more elegant way to say that.
Okay. 21 points of...
Oscar is then going to, it just as a free action, look around, notice Zexus is down, grumble something, and pass his turn.
Okay. Next up is Wyvern 2. That came in for an epic landing. And
It was a pretty good landing.
It's pretty mad at the one that shot at it, so it's going to go for Mad Gadget. It's going to stumble on over Zexus's body. So he's within range, and he's going to take a chomp at Mad Gadget. That is a... doesn't hit. And he's going to swing its tail at him. That does hit. Alright. Mad Gadget then takes 11 points of piercing damage. So we'll roll a con save, which he fails. And takes 24 poison damage on top of that.
Is Mad Gadget unconscious?
Mad Gadget is standing.
Well, okay. That's impressive.
Just. Yep, so he's really bloodied. But he's still alive. And he's not happy. Amelie, your turn.
Okay. So both of them are still alive, right?
One is knocked prone on the ground,
case...
and one is at the right in front of Mad Gadget.
Standing over top of Zexus.
Amelie is going to use, I believe that's pronounced Idolic chains on the
Idolic
one.
Idolic chains, yeah.
Idolic chains. On the one standing over Zexus. That dragon needs to either roll a dex. Wait, a dex.
Athletics
No, athletics or
or acrobatics.
Yeah.
So strength or
That's
dex.
choice.
It failed horribly.
Is that a natural one?
That is a
or
natural
failed
one.
Horribly. Oh,
So wait, did you say natural 1?
Yes.
Okay.
So that means it becomes grappled.
it is grappled.
Meaning it's
Are there
restrained.
Is
any extra from a natural one as per DM?
No.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
not
asking if the
wrong.
DM has
In this
decided whether
case,
he
the
gets
chains
next.
grapple it tighter and pull it directly to the ground. So its wings are now splayed out, its tail is wrapped up in magic chains, and
So
it is
wait,
now-
now it's prone on top of Zexus.
it's prone next to Zexus.
Just
Okay.
next to.
So both Wyvern are now prone. One is just has Oscar just beating the ever loving shit out of it, and the other one's wrapped in ethereal chains. Anything else?
These wyverns are not having a great time, but to be fair, neither are we.
And also, Amelie is going to cast Anticipate Weakness as a bonus action.
It's
Okay.
a bonus action. Oh boy.
What did it do?
I don't have to do anything. It just...
No, you just get advantage on attack rolls
Okay.
until
Cool.
the end of your turn.
And as her other action, Amelie is going to. Where is it?
What you're looking for?
Because she's going to use her sling.
Okay, it's all the way up there. Found it. There it is.
Amelie is now going to use her sling.
Slang.
Her slang. It has disadvantage because it is prone.
But you have advantage because of the spell, so it cancels each other out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're using a range attack on a prone creature, so that's fine.
9 plus 6.
15.
That hits.
Yep.
That's...
So you roll 1d4 plus 4.
I got 5 for
Bludgeoning.
damage. Bludgeoning damage.
5 bludgeoning damage on the wyvern. Okay. The stone flings out of your sling, and it smacks it right across the snout, and it can't turn to face you and stare at you, but you get the sense that it is looking that in your direction, trying to find where that stone came from. Zexus. Oh no, Mad Gadget,
Yep.
sorry. Never mind. It's Mad Gadget's turn. He's not happy about this bugger.
Understandably so.
He's going to reach into his pack and he's going to pull out a few sticks of dynamite.
Oh no.
I actually have to open a raw build for this bloody thing. Because it doesn't show me what it is. So taking some of the explosive powder that he's used to make the cartridges and stuff for the experimental rifle, he's managed to pack them down into cubes and add fuses to them to make dynamite. Come on, raw builder, wake up. So he pulls out 2 sticks of dynamite, wraps them together, lights the wick and throws them.
Please tell me he throws them a little bit away from Zexus.
No, he's going to throw them and it's going to bounce off the back of the hide of the dragon, the wyvern. Aurora Builder, wakey wakey, come on. Eggs and bakey.
Well, are you looking for dynamite?
Yeah.
Dynamite stick. If they're up to 60 feet away, each creature within 5 foot of that point must make a DC 12 Dex save.
It's grappled, so it automatically fails.
Yep. A character combines sticks of dynamite together so they explode at the same time. Each additional stick increases damage by 1d6 and burst radius by 5 foot. Okay, so it takes. You said there were 2 sticks, right?
Yep.
So that's 46 bludgeoning in a 10-foot radius.
46 and a 10 foot. Yep. So
Is Zexus hit by that?
Zexus is not hit by it. It is placed in the back left corner of it, and it
Okay.
takes 21 points of bludgeoning damage. So a resounding boom.
Oscar, you see he looks over his shoulder and you can see him kind of going, oh god, is the boss all right? Then you see the dynamite and Oscar's just kind of, oh, okay, he's fine.
He's okay. Yep. And then he's just going to spend the rest of his rest of his turn just reloading the thunder cannon.
Fair enough.
That thing takes an action to reload.
So it's more like.
Yeah.
You just see him just it's working over his shoulder, so he's got like the handles over his shoulder and stuff. And it's just ting.
I can imagine you kind of hear you hear like this whirring noise as it winds up again.
Oh yeah.
But anyway.
And then the battery gets plugged back in.
Yeah.
The spring starts being wound.
Yeah. Wyvern 1, which is grappled by Oscar.
One isn't grappled, it's just prone.
That's prone, okay. It
Yeah, it's just prone. Oscar hasn't grappled it.
uses its movement to get back on its feet, turn around, and then bite. Just bite this time at Oscar.
Oh, that's fine, go ahead.
And straight up bites the ground.
I'm guessing it's still a bit,
It's still a bit groggy from being knocked prone.
Yeah.
So it is now Zexus's second death save.
That's another failure.
That's not ideal.
Alright. Oscar.
That was a 7 that time.
Oh, it's Oscar's turn again.
Yep.
Okay, Oscar has to make quick decisions, oh boy. Oscar is going to... Oscar, given the wyvern is still growing, he's going to boot it back to the ground again, if possible.
Okay.
He's going to boot the fucker down. Whoop, that went off the table. Let me re-roll that. That is a... natural 1.
You go to swing a kick at the thing to knock it back down again. Unfortunately, your boot goes high and wide, and you look like you're miniature Jackie Chan there for a second. Because
he just hits the ground on his back.
Because you go to kick the leg of the creature, but it just kind of slides out of the way.
Yeah, so I'm guessing also goes flat on his back. From
No, you just do a wide swing and you lose your footing for a sec.
Okay.
So your next attack is with a disadvantage because you have lost your footing.
Oscar is then going to what is Oscar going to grunt unimpressedly, and what's he gonna do? Oscar is then going to Oscar is then going to do what?
Break it down?
It's entirely possible, I don't know. Oscar is then going to in response to losing his footing, come to a stop, take a drink, regain a point of moxie, and he's then going to spend that point of moxie to gain 1d6 plus 7 temporary health.
Okay.
and he gains a total of, oh, nice, he gains 6 and 7 is 13? 13 temporary health.
13 temporary health. Nice.
So he comes to a stop, kind of, kind of leans back, drinks, shakes his head, and then stares the wyvern down and passes his turn.
Alright. Wyvern 2. It is still very much grappled and prone and restrained. It's going to thrash about to see if it can break the spell. And it has very weak, pitiful attempts at just...
Doesn't have a good time of it.
It does not have a good time of it and is still restrained. Amelie, your turn.
Okay, hold on, I'm just reading what I've spelled out real quick. So it's within 90 feet, isn't it? That
Yeah, easily.
Okay, Amelie is going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay. Roll your d8 to choose your spray.
Actually, hang on a second.
So you use anticipate weakness.
Oh, that's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Change that. Nice. Yep. That was it. Wait a second.
Yep, no, I'm all good to cast it.
Yep.
So, okay.
Range spell attack.
Oh, which is prone, so that's a disadvantage.
Yep.
Hey.
But she is still casting the other spell, so she can...
Right.
Yeah,
Is it
sort of.
advantage or disadvantage? Oh, there's no. Is it disadvantage or not?
It's
It's
a-
disadvantage because it's a prone creature and a ranged
Yep.
attack.
Right.
11.
11 total to hit.
11 total does not hit.
That's minus its dexterity because it's prone and can't move.
Yep.
Okay, hang on.
The spell
There is no ruling that says that.
the spell goes towards a creature but bounces off its hide.
Well, the reason I was saying that, Tara, is because, well, it's prone and it can't use its dexterity trying to evade an attack.
No, I agree. It makes sense. I forget if that's actually a thing or not.
No, the spell
It's the
bounces
same.
off its hide.
Okay,
You've got one.
I don't think I have one. I'm pretty sure I don't have one. Actually, because I do have, I do have.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Okay, Amelie's going to cast Anticipate Weakness again.
Okay.
Isn't it? But,
It is scary.
Okay, Amelie's going to use Chromatic Orb on a level 2 spell slot. So
Okay.
roll it. So that's
Say
not-
13 in total.
Yeah.
The spell hits the creature and bounces off its hide.
Oh, it bounces off.
In other words, the AC is 13, is what he's trying to tell you.
That's everything you can do.
That's everything Amelie can do.
Okay. It's now Gadget's turn. He's going to reach into his bag and he's going to pull out a really big pole. Could you mute yourself? So it's really annoying. He's going to reach into his bag, pull out a extendable pole, and then activate a button on the end of it, and the end of it starts reaches over and touches Zexus and is jolted. Zexus gains advantage on his next death saving throw.
Bag full of tricks, Jesus.
Yeah, he's an inventor.
No, I'm not. It's just kind of like, oh, it's a bag of holding, but like not quite.
You don't know if it's a bag of holding, but it could be.
Well, no, that's true.
No. Brings it back down, aims up the cannon again, going his movement, and fires at the one that's on the ground. Disadvantage because it is ranged. Give me that dice. And a giant scorch mark appears on the ground right next to it as it misses.
Oh dear.
Well, can't really do much else about that. Yeah, that is Mad Gadget's turn. Wyvern 1 is up. Not prone this time, so it's going to attack.
And Oscar just stares it down like, well, go on, man.
Oh yeah, well, it's going to go for an attack at you. Does a 18 break your AC?
It does, yes.
Yes, so it reaches out and tries to bite you, and you take 14 points of piercing damage.
Oscar doesn't really flinch, given he only took 1 point of actual damage.
And then it's going to rear back and use one of its claws to attack as well.
Right?
And misses. It swipes the air above you.
Nice.
But is now unstable footing. Zexus,
Natural 1.
make your death save with advantage.
With advantage. Probably also
Unmute yourself so we can speak.
Oh, sorry, am I up? What was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was just talking to Zero. So, death saving throw.
With advantage, yep.
Zexus is dead.
Ah,
An 8 and a 6.
an 8 and a 6.
He did.
Even with the jolt from Mad Gadget, Zexus unfortunately doesn't make his final death save, and the poison takes hold of him, and paralysis starts.
Yep, Zexus be dead.
Well.
Oh well.
Looks like we might be introducing 2 new characters instead of 1.
I don't have my other character sheet with me, but I do know the character.
Alright. Unfortunately, Zexus is gone. Oscar, your turn.
Oscar is going to do what?
And yes, Sarah, first PC death.
It is unfortunate.
Yes, very unfortunate.
Oscar is going to make 2. Is going to grab the hammer from his belt and take 2 swipes at the creature with it. First attack is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
The next attack is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and he is then going to extend his last point of Moxie to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I will. The first unarmed strike is a 17 to hit, and the next is a 11 to hit.
16 hits, 11 doesn't.
Yep. Okay, Oscar. So that's 3d6. Oh yeah, they're all the same damage because fucking pugilist. Okay, Oscar does a total of 11, 14, and 9 makes 23 bludgeoning damage to the wyvern.
23. It is horribly bloodied.
Oscar is then going to stare it down and just kind of mutter under his breath, "Not very good at this, are you?"
Make an intimidation check.
Intimidation, alright. Don't really think that was worthy of intimidation, but sure. That is a 1 total, not a natural 1, a 1 total.
1 total? Yeah, no, it just roars back in your face.
Well, as far as Oscar's concerned, he's got his attention, so that's what he was going for.
Wyvern 2 is up. It's going to not
Technically,
do
it's still
anything
prone,
to
but-
try and break out of its prone state. Does a 16 break your
Break
spell?
Amelie's spell DC. Sarah? Sarah?
Ay, ay, ay.
Don't forget to unmute yourself before you
Yep,
speak.
yep. Unmute yourself before you speak.
Yeah, we're unmuted. Sorry, I was trying to do something else on my phone at the same time.
Does
All
a
good.
16 break your spell mod? Or your spell save?
Yes, it does. I think. Spell safe, huh?
Oh, wait.
It's trying to break free chains. Yes, it
12.
does.
I want to break free.
Yep. With an almighty wrenching sound, the mute please. With an almighty wrenching sound,
Okay,
It's still its turn, I think.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's just the sound is just really bad coming back through your speakers.
Oh, there
Thank
they
you. With an almighty wrenching sound, the wings just flare up, break all the dog chains, and the head and tail just rear up. And it goes to bite Amelie.
Go. Oh boy.
It's off the table.
Can it actually reach?
10-foot reach.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
I'm
it-
just checking because I.
It does.
Oh, God, so.
A
Natural 20.
not a natural 20, but it is a 26 to hit.
Bloody hell. That's good.
Amelie, unfortunately, your belt doesn't actually activate on that high of a thing, but you do take 12 points of piercing damage as it bites you.
It takes 12, and I'm guessing it probably doesn't have another action because it uses. It's an action to. Is it an action to break free from?
It's an action to break free, but
Okay.
it is rather, tired and strained at the moment.
Yeah.
But it is Amelie's turn.
okay, Amelie's going to use Firebolt on. They're both still alive, right?
They are both still alive. The one by Oscar looks like it's in really bad shape, according to Jordan.
Okay, in that case, Amelie's going to fire at that one.
Not the one that attacked you? Okay.
Okay. That's 11 plus 4.
15.
That hit.
15.
That hits.
That hits.
Yep.
Takes 1d10
Yep.
fire damage. And there. Wait, this is a D10. Right?
Yeah, that is a D10.
Okay.
2.
Oh, okay, yeah. It takes 2 fire damage.
The firebolt flies out of your hand, flashes over top of Oscar's head as it smacks the wyvern in the side of the face. And a big scorch mark appears on the side of the wyvern's face, but it is still standing.
Okay, and now, Amelie is going to use Chromatic Orb on that same dragon that she just attacked.
Okay.
20 plus
That's a 13 plus
So it's a
4.
17 total.
17 hits.
Alright, so it takes. Okay, so you pick your damage type, hun. Do you want to do acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison, or thunder?
Thunder.
Alright. So you do. Was it 48 damage?
48.
Yep.
This is 3d8.
You're doing it at a second level slot, so you add extra d8.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So here's 2 more d8.
Sorcerers.
One of those.
4, 8. You do 12 thunder damage to it. 12 thunder damage.
As the chromatic orb goes flying out into the distance, it impacts against the chest of the creature, and just a spider web of lightning just wraps around it, and it is dead. You literally just gave it a massive heart attack.
Hey! I have to admit, I'm not particularly keen on the 1-for-1 trade so far, but that's one of the 2 feckers dead.
Yep. So, that is Wyvern 1 dead. Anything else for your turn? Or?
No, that'll be it for Amelie.
Okay.
You could have moved away. Oh no, you need to cast
Oh,
Fireball,
she-
that's right.
It's managed to cast Fireball, yeah.
So, Mad Gadget's turn, he's still got the one right in front of him. He's gonna try again with the Thunder Cannon. Just line it up, fire away. Because it's not prone anymore, so he doesn't get disadvantage.
No, that is correct.
And that is... There's a 22 to hit, which definitely hits. And he's going to, again, make another special attack with it. Which does an extra 3d6 thunder damage, plus 2d6 piercing. 7 plus 7, plus 3. 10, 17, plus 2, 19 points of thunder and piercing damage, again straight at the creature, and it is taking a fair beating, but it is still very much standing.
8.
And as his movement action, he's going to reload the gun again and brace himself.
Yep.
Oscar, you're up.
Alright, so am I correct in thinking it would take Oscar 15 foot of movement to get up to Wyvern 2? Oh,
Yes.
there.
1, 2,
Oh,
3.
okay.
Yep, 15 foot of movement.
Hello?
Yes, you're back.
Yay.
Oh, I can hear Chris.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
can you...
Oh, I can hear again, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there is no
we
feedback.
don't hear feedback, so that's great.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Awesome.
Oh, you couldn't.
That works.
You couldn't hear me because I haven't been speaking for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Oscar is going to use 15 foot of movement to get up to the Wyvern, and then as his other action, could the Wyvern please make a athletics or acrobatics check? Its choice to beat a 19.
It got a 6.
Cool. Oscar then grabs hold of the Wyvern by one of the legs and is going to use the other 15 foot of movement he has, which he moves. Hang on. So half of that, rounding down, makes 7. So Oscar is then going to drag himself and the creature a square or two away, directly away from the surviving party members. And as the creature is now, like, he's grappled the creature, and
Yep.
you are able to move with a grappled creature, but your movement speed is halved.
Yep.
So he drags it, it'd be roughly 1 square, a bit more than, back away from everybody. Yep, that is correct. And then as a bonus action is going to try and thump it with his fist, because what the fuck else is he gonna do?
Okay, go for it.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay, so it takes hang on, 5 bludgeoning as he thumps it on the side.
5 bludgeoning. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right. So if it wants to escape, Oscar will have to roll again as well. Okay, cool. Oscar then looks up at it and kind of just shakes his head, like, you know, no, and then passes his turn.
All right, it is now the wyvern's turn, and it's going to take 2 bites
Oscar doesn't give a shit.
at
Go ahead.
the creature that is grappled around its legs.
Go right ahead.
And both of them are 12s. Does that break?
Neither of them hit. Oscar just bobs and weaves a little.
No, you're holding on with one arm. The other arm is just smacking it out of the way every time you it tries to go for a bite. Because you had one hand free
like,
anyway to
socking it on the
punch.
chin, because I can't imagine shoving a hand into a, fanged maw would do much good.
As it comes down to try and bite you, you just smack it sideways.
Oh yeah, sorry, I get what you're saying. I thought you were meaning like he just like reaches up and like grabs the mouth like
No.
That doesn't seem like the best idea.
And it's going to try and break free using its movement.
Certainly, Oscar rolls a 10 total.
It rolled a 22.
Natural or no?
No, 18 plus 4.
Okay. That's
It
fine.
kicks Oscar out of its grasp.
However, it has no more movement.
Yep,
Hooray!
that is it. Amelie, your turn.
Okay.
What do you
Oh,
do?
you only got 1 spell slot, so you could do. Say that one twice. That one once, if you want.
Oh, that's if I use Quicken.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, wait, how do you do it? You have to do it.
So you're going to use your Quicken spell and spend a sorcery point. Oh, sorry, 2 sorcery points to make cast a spell with an action as a bonus action.
Okay.
So you'd be using that, so you could cast Firebolt as an action, or as a bonus action rather than as an action.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. So then you'd be casting a Firebolt.
Okay. Firebolt.
So you're just straight up D20 plus 4.
14 total.
14 hits.
Yep. So you roll your damage on that. It's a 1d4. Yeah.
Wait. 1d10.
Oh,
Five.
1d10.
Firebolt's not
Sorry.
1d4. Excuse me?
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
1d10. Yep. 3. Well, you can always re-roll that using meta magic again.
I only have 3 sorcery points.
Oh, so you've already spent 1. Oh, you spent 2 for that. So
Yeah.
you've got 1 left over. Okay. In that case, so it takes 3 fire damage.
3 fire damage.
You're gonna. Yep. You're gonna cast it again.
Yep. Amelie's going to cast Firebolt again.
Okay.
That's a 7 plus 4.
It's 13. No, 11.
Yeah.
The spell bounces off its hide.
And now chromatic.
And now Amelie is going to cast Chromatic Orb at... Wait, what was it?
First level.
First level.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a 19 plus 4.
Oh yeah, that hits.
So that's 3d8.
Of what damage type?
What damage type picking, huh?
I'm going to do lightning again.
Okay, the spear fires out, hits the creature, envelops it in a spider web of electricity again. How much damage?
So I would say
3d8,
Reroll
I
those.
believe.
But I can't. I only have.
No, you do. You can. You've got 3 points.
Okay.
You've only spent 2. You've got 1 left. Which means, with Empowered Spell, you spend 1 sorcery
Okay.
point.
Amelie's going to use her last sorcery point to use Empowered Spell and re-roll the damage.
Okay.
To reroll only 2 of them.
Oh, only 2 of them?
Yeah, so
oh, what was
leave
it?
the
Was
7. Leave the 7, reroll
Okay.
the lower 2s.
Do that.
That's a lot better.
Yeah.
That's now an, hang on, so that works out to be 20.
20 points of lightning
20
damage.
points exactly.
Very nice.
Yep.
The creature
That's
is
all
looking
your
rather
actions.
weakened
And
and
your sorcery points
rather
spent.
damaged.
And that's the end of your turn.
Alright.
So
Right.
Amelie's finished her turn now.
Yep. Mad Gadget just adjusts his positioning a bit, rotates around, throws another bullet to the chamber, and fires off another shot. And hits. More thunder damage.
Ooh.
There's a total of 18 plus 2. 20 points of thunder and piercing damage to the creature. It is not looking good at all.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff.
And yeah, reloads his cannon once again. Oscar.
Alright. This thing is getting the boot. Could it please roll its choice of athletics or acrobatics? Either or. Has to beat a 16.
It does not beat.
Okay, it is prone. Oscar is then going to, with his other action and his bonus action, take 2 swings at it. The first is a... Oh, that dice went walkabout. Let me just go grab that. Okay, that is a... 23 to hit for the first one.
That hits.
And the second one is a 215s. Okay, that's a 20 total to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, and Oscar does 2d6, 8 plus 6, 14 bludgeoning damage to the
Okay.
creature as he
Hold
stops
on.
it and then just like with 2 hands, you know, like Hulk smash, just pop on the head.
Okay. Yep. As you do that, the bloody mess of the creature is just writhing around, trying to get up, and then you bring both hands down with a almighty thump and crushing its skull. It is dead. Combat is over.
Oscar then immediately, upon, booting it, checking it's not moving, is going to turn around, jog over a Mad Gadget, and just like, boss, you're shaking and bleeding.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Oscar looks him up and down and is going to make a medicine check to see if he can assess how severe his wounds are. 1 second. There's a natural 20.
You notice that he is rather on his last legs.
Oscar picks up Mad Gadget and puts him over his shoulder and starts walking off a little way into the tree line.
And we never see Gadget again.
He then turns around. And kind of realizes Zexus is on the ground. And goes, "Oh, maybe."
Yeah,
boss
he
is
was
worst."
more. He was in more of a condition than I was.
Oscar is going to put Mad Gadget down at the base of a tree, point at the ground and say, "Stay. Look after yourself, boss." And then walk back up to the road and check Zexus's condition.
You go to reach for a pulse, and you find that there is none.
Oh, and the sad music's playing.
Oscar closes his eyes, sighs, pulls out pulls a wad of skin from his side. You're gonna kind of toast it to the air, takes a swig, looks up at Emily and says, "Gone."
Wait, really?
Oscar puts the water skin down, holds and like lifts up a hand and like just points to the wrist and says, "See for yourself."
Amelie looks down and I'm guessing she, realizes he's gone.
Make a medicine check.
Medicine check? Alright. Wait. That's 17 total.
Yeah, you notice that there is no rise or fall of his chest, and there's no movement or anything from him. Zexus is gone.
Amelie... Okay, I don't really fully know how gods work in this game, but Amelie's just going to, bend down next to him and send him off on a prayer to her god, Mistra.
You kneel down next to him, hands clasped, and you recalling your time in the temples and how the prayers used to go. You offer him a very gentle send off.
Yeah.
Oscar then you notice he bends his head, closes his eyes, and nods as you finish the prayer, then offers the water skin to you.
Amelie looks and says, "This is alcohol in here, right?"
Oscar smiles.
She hands it back kindly and says, "I'm sorry, I don't drink."
Oscar nods, tips his head back and takes another sip.
Okay.
And is then going to stand up and put the water skin back at his side, and then move the body off of the pathway.
Alright, so you
Back
move
a little way into the
Zexus.
trees.
Okay.
Yeah, like just a little way into the trees, so that he's not on the path immediately. I mean, Oscar, sure he could move the wyverns, but that's not really his focus right now.
I mean, they are one is kind of blocking the way, the other one is off to the side.
Yeah, Oscar basically just drags the corpse over to somewhere where Mad Gadget and kind of points and says, "Might want to see if there's anything useful. I'm going to, and just kind of thumbs over his shoulder towards the wyvern that's blocking the path."
So Oscar's going to go ahead and do a strength check to move the massive wyvern out of the path.
Athletics, yes.
Yep. And Mad Gadget is going to retrieve the experimental rifle off Zexus's body, and he's also going to look over the other weapons that Zexus had.
Oscar makes an athletics check.
In that case, what Mad Gadget finds... 1 second.
Oscar's athletics is 22 to shift the wyvern.
Yeah, you shift the wyvern, definitely.
Yeah, he basically just shoves it into the tree line so it's not on the road, and then, leaves it.
So, Mad Gadget also finds a miniaturized hand mortar, aka a single-shot grenade launcher.
Okay.
Because, that's fine.
With a further 12 rounds of ammunition for it, a standard pepper box hand pistol, an outdated and, in Mad Gadget's mind would have been an outdated ranged weaponry of the longbow.
No. It may seem outdated, but it still was pretty good.
And he finds also a further 42 bullets for the pepperbox rifle.
42 for the rifle, yeah?
Yeah, but the so 42 for the rifle, as well as the standard pepperbox pistol had another 32 in it. 32 rounds for it.
Okay.
So Zexus was loaded with ammunition.
You don't say.
Yeah, if he got hit with anything fire or electric, he would have exploded.
Yep.
But
Good thing he didn't.
just having a close look at the weapons that Zexus originally had, Mad Gadget does find that a maker's mark on it. And it has a very embossed looking WC on it.
I'm guessing Oscar has probably arrived back at the camp and sat down pretty heavily at this point.
Back at where the other two have
Not the
still
camp, sorry,
around
the
Zexus's
rest,
body,
yeah.
yes.
Oscar just sits down and is going to offer the water skin, or a water skin of actual water, to see if either of them actually want to drink.
Emily will take a drink.
Oh.
It's water.
And Matt Gadget also finds Zex's Explorer's Pack. The standard Explorer's Pack crap in it.
Yeah, so just a standard Explorer's Pack. He also is... Yeah, you had mentioned about finding a target. So Mad Gadget is familiar with the ways of the world, and starts looking over to try and find something on Zexus.
Oscar's going to raise... Sorry, go on.
You managed... Matt Gadget will be able to find a letter
Yes.
with a wax seal in the very bottom right-hand corner, marked with the WC, once again, as well as a list of 3 descriptions.
Okay.
One being Captain Redbeard, one being Two-Faced Fenton, and the third one's detailing a girl from the Fellowship of Mistra.
Upon Mad Gadget reading this out, Emily's ears twitch.
Oscar suddenly looks a little bit uneasy.
So he was looking for a pirate, a bandit, and a girl. Most odd. And this symbol at the bottom on the wax, that's the same as on the guns. If I remember correctly, it's that bitch again.
Oscar is going to roll, I guess it's going to be history to see if he recognizes this symbol?
Yep, roll history.
History, that is a 13 total.
You recall some nights when Mad Gadget gets himself, a little bit drunk, because you guys do enjoy a social drink, not like your major drinking moments, and you remember him recalling about a goblin, a certain goblin in the far western reaches, who tends to be kind of like in competition with Mad Gadget as a bit of a inventor and a...
Oscar's face goes from confusion to a kind of a look of understanding. You're just going to hear him go, oh.
It's that fucking goblin Wisteria once again! What is she doing sending agents into my territory?
Oscar just kind of like reaches the hand up cautiously. It's like, boss, don't give yourself an aneurysm.
Oh, give her a fucking aneurysm! And
Oscar just sighs before lugging a water skin that is definitely not water to Mad Gadget.
Mad Gadget takes it, downs like half of it, and then gives it back.
Half of it? Alright, that's fine. Could he... I'm just assuming he needs to make a con save to see how drunk he gets after that.
Yeah.
Given that is a total of 4 equivalents of like a serve of alcohol. So 4
I mean,
serves.
he got over 15, so he's...
Oh, yeah, no, he's probably alright, but just saying, that's a lot of alcohol.
It's a lot of alcohol for a small man.
Oscar then, kind of raises an eyebrow as he gets back, checks the waves, and just kind of shrugs, like, fair enough. Also, during the short rest, he manages to make... Oh, sorry, we get a short rest, right?
Yes, we do have a short rest.
Oscar gets... Oh, wow, he makes another... He manages to put all of the alcohol Mad Gadget had just sipped back into the bottle. I don't entirely know how that works, but,
Let's just say he recycled it.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I mean, he just uses his other water skin full of water and just fills it up again, and it's diluted, but it's still alcohol.
Yeah, well, I mean, it still qualifies as alcohol, and yeah. Anyway, Oscar then just kind of lays back and closes his eyes and sighs a long sigh, and basically says, "Sorry, go on."
Yeah, going off on his ranting tirade about this wisteria that you've heard of. Everyone make a perception check. Only with advantage though.
Perception.
Okay.
Sure. That is a. Oh, fuck, that's off the table. Let me re-roll that.
Yes.
Oh,
That-
you know, Amelie sees it all, or hears it all, whichever.
17 total.
Okay.
25 for Amelie.
You both hear, but only at first. There is a rumbling coming down from the north on the road.
Kind of like his eyes open from where he'd been like half asleep and just kind of like kind
Mag Gadget's still off the side, just ranting and raving. He doesn't hear it.
Oscar just kind of like puts down and says, "Boss, do you hear something?"
I don't fucking hear. Just goddamn wisteria. Just ah! And you hear and see now a cart that is slowly approaching with 2 other carts behind it.
Oscar kind of, like looks to Amelie, thumbs over his shoulder, and kind of like, with this look that says, am I imagining that, or?
Amelie shakes her head.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, Amelie shakes her head and whispers, "No, you're not imagining that."
Oscar just kind of like, breathes out a sigh and, rolls his eyes, then is going to reach down, grab Mad Gadget, put him over his shoulder, walk out, and kind of wave the cart and like, hello? Kind of uncertainly.
Oh, there, travelers!
Oscar kind of smiles and says, look, sorry, are you headed towards, sorry, what's the town called?
Krigh.
Krigh. Oscar just says, I don't suppose you're on your way to Krigh, are you?
It just so happens I am. I'm Mary McGuire of McGuire's Emporium. You're more than welcome to jump on these.
Oscar just kind of nods and says, nice to meet you, I'm Oscar. First of all, just wanted to say, watch out for the wyverns. We're not sure if there are more of them. And points to the wyvern's corpse that's still like half on the road.
Oh, that must be the noises I was hearing. It's quite loud.
Oscar nods. Oscar nods and kind of chuckles a little and says, either that or boss ranting again. To which he's going to throw Mad Gadget up onto the cart.
Lands inside the cart.
Oscar just kind of like looks up, points him, and says, "Stay."
You just see Maggot
also going to hop on.
Sorry.
Amelie's also going to hop on the cart and say, "Thank you very much for the ride, kind strangers. I'm Amelie," and she holds a hand out for them to shake it.
A big, rooty hand just grabs your paw and just gives it a really vigorous shake. It's very much nice to meet you. As you can see, I've just acquired some supplies from the northern towns, and I'm about to sell them in my shop. But you're more than welcome to come with me down to Krigh.
Oh, I'd love to have a look, thank you.
After Amelie gets up, Oscar is going to, haul himself up. Kind of, there's this thunk, and the cart visibly sinks a little bit as he gets himself up. But he nods, holds out the hand, and I'm guessing shakes.
A big hand grabs your hand as well. The man you see on the thing is a really big, wide man, just a solid AF man, and
Oscar just kind of nods, seemingly like okay, fair enough.
He's very portly, and you already see that the wagon is already like riding the rims.
yeah. Oscar just kind of looks down at it, like he notices the wagon, go down when he gets him, just kind of shrugs. It's like, yeah, it's already pretty low, whatever.
Yeah. All right, shall we head off?
Oscar just kind of nods and he just kind of says to Mad Gadget, "Got everything, boss?"
I kind of feel a bit bad leaving the poor man on the side of the road there. But
Oscar realizes and kind of goes, one second. Have any of you got a shovel?
Probably part of our stock in the back. We have adventuring supplies and stuff in there.
1 second. Sorry, what was he saying? I couldn't hear you over the rain.
It's so bad there, is it?
Yeah, no, I'm not even, like, it's literally, like, echoing in my room, just, like, on the fucking window.
Mary had mentioned that there was a a bunch of adventuring gear in the back there, shovels included.
Oscar nods and asks how much he would like to be paid for one of the shovels.
I'd say 4 silver. There'll be plenty.
Oscar nods, pops his coin pouch down and says, "Not sure if I've got silver. Make yourself at home." And is then going to go and find a shovel.
Okay. Yeah, easily find one, clattered in the stuff in the back.
Oscar then basically just says he'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And is going to go and dig best he can do sort of grave.
Okay, so you dig a shallow box about 5 foot long, 3 foot wide, and about 3 foot deep, rather quickly.
Yep, and he's then going to put him in. Tip one sip or 1 serve's worth of alcohol into the cap of the water
think it's
skin,
1 Goldstein silver, I think.
and kind of
Okay.
basically just upend it over the corpses, like his way of
just
saying
a
goodbye. Sorry, go on.
Heads up. So you dug the grave only 5 foot long, right?
Well, like I said, he's doing it to the best of his ability. So if it needs to be longer, it'll be longer.
Yeah. So as you go to put Zex's
You-
body in, you realise
you-
you're about a foot, at least a foot too short.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is, do you want his head poking out or his feet?
Anyway, Oscar is then going to grunt, extend the grave a little bit in all dimensions, and then settle him in.
So this is after about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, Oscar basically just posts it out and says, "Sorry, grave's a bit small. Be with you soon." Very bluntly, and is then going to finish the grave, upend
you guys.
upend a cat's worth of alcohol over the body, and fill the grave in.
Okay.
He then hops back up and just kind of nods and says, "Much obliged for the shovel," and settles himself back down.
No worries. It looked like you needed it anyway. But, shall we head off?
Oscar just kind of nods and says, "Night on the town appeals."
Alright. Cracks the reins.
How much am I taking out of his coin pouch for that?
Just 4 silver, like I say.
Okay. So he's got 6 silver left. Okay, cool. Done.
Okay. So, you guys start heading down with the Maguire troop as they regale on some nice revelry and some songs and just generally uplifting the mood of having to bury a short-lived party member. Very short-lived.
Yeah.
And you can go across the bridge, make it over the hill, and make yourselves your way into the city, Krigh. So you're coming in on the northernmost path.
Oscar is fairly quiet for the duration of the trip. He's mostly just kind of looking around and seems a bit lost in thought.
Yeah. So the northern part of the town, you notice it's more well-kept housing. The roads went from gravel as you entered the city limits, into the town limits. It actually changed from more of a dirt to a gravel to a cobble. So now you're on cobblestones and heading into the centre of the town.
Oh, wunderbar.
You hear as you go past the Two Tusk Tavern, you hear a lot of revelry and a lot of fun times being had inside that rather large establishment.
As Oscar notices the tavern, he kind of looks over longingly.
Oh, don't worry, friend. He'll be there soon enough.
Oscar smiles as, if I'm lucky.
And as you look across the other side of the street down towards the western end of where the tavern was, you see a rather large gathering of warriors, adventurers, explorers, all gathered outside one of the adventurers guilds that are there. And then
Oh, sorry.
As Maguire makes his way across the large open courtyard area over towards his shop. He brings it around the back to where all the carts line up behind and start the unloading process. As you can see there,
Oscar, by way of thanks for the lift, is going to try and help him. Look, we're going to ask, like, can I shift stuff or help him move stuff?
So which district are we in roughly?
you are down the southern end of the building that is labelled A.
Alright, cool.
This is the trade ward.
So you're down here.
Okay. And yeah, Maguire takes you up in the offer of helping him out. So he's just like, sure, if you wanna help unload stuff, be my guest.
Oscar nods and is going to start unloading stuff and moving it where directed.
Okay.
Amelie's also going to help move stuff as well.
I only make a strength check because some of the stuff is actually quite heavy.
Strength
Like this is
check.
like big crates of stuff.
Up here.
And Mad Gadget and Maguire go off to the side and have a bit of a chat.
Yeah, a bit of a chat.
It's a 17.
That's a 17 total.
You take some of the lighter loads, but then you get in there and you help out with some of the heavier loads as well. So whatever, one of the porters, they take like a big 30 kilo weight. You get on the other side and help lift.
Okay.
Okay. So
30
after all,
kg, is that all?
recommended, Pete. Recommended. You know,
I'm sorry, I just
work
laughed at that
safe.
Me
Work
and
safe.
co-workers lift 120 between two of us.
No, I know. It's just, Osh doesn't exist, so we have to make our own recommendations.
It's Fosh, Fantasy Osh.
Fantasy. You see
Is it
Alf.
okay if I,
Alf come around the corner with a hard hat on, going, "Are you guys working correctly?"
Oscar just looks him dead in the eye and bench presses one of the crates and just says, "Oh, fine."
You know what I mean.
Carry on.
Okay. So, Maguire comes over. He thanks you for your help, and is just like, since you guys helped out a little bit, here's a little bit of gold, 5 gold each.
Amelie takes them and says, "Oh, thank you very much, but I was more than happy to help since you guys gave us a ride."
Oh, it's least of my concerns. I mean, hey, you might take that money and come back and spend it back at my emporium.
Sorry, is he offering it to Oscar as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Oscar just kind of shakes his head and says, put it as a down payment for rations and a few other bits and pieces. Need to stock up."
Okay, I'll make a note of that. I'll remember your face next time you come in.
Oscar smiles and looks to Mad Gadget, just basically saying, what's up, what do?
I reckon we go to a town or a tavern. I believe we passed one on the way. I just sort out a little business proposition for Mr. Maguire here, and yes. He seems
You
rather...
see, at the mention of tavern, you see Oscar's face, his ordinarily glum face, light up momentarily.
Yes, you do. Alright, so we can just head across the courtyard, I guess?
Yeah, Oscar nods and basically just says to Maguire, "Be back probably tomorrow, fairly early. You'll be open."
Okay, so we head across over to the tavern.
Yep.
Push open the doors, and it's less rowdy than the one back in Red was. There's less
Oscar
sailors.
doesn't mind.
There's less sailors, but there's more miners. So you see people that are bunched up around tables. Some of them look like they've just come out of the mine, fresh as, so they have overalls on. They're just covered in coal, and just even some of them are still wearing their mining hats.
Oscar just steps in, takes a deep breath, and just kind of goes, "Oh."
just that shaking of the leg.
Yeah, it's like he looks visibly happy.
Matt Gadget just says, first round's on me.
Oscar looks him in the eyes and goes, oh, boss, are you sure about that?
Pulls out 2 gold coins. Go for it.
Oscar shrugs and orders the stiffest drink that they've got.
Oh, so you want the blackout lager? Okay then, I'll give you that.
Oscar
The
just
big
grins
stock,
at them
a
and
slightly taller, stockier dwarf at the bar just slams you down a massive flagon of it.
Oscar just grins at the name and says, that sounds about what I need, and is going to down half of it.
Roll a con check.
Sure, with advantage, or, well, because it's poison. I mean, alcohol is poison, technically, so would that be with advantage?
Yeah, with
or...
advantage.
Cool, that is a... what's my con save? 24 total.
You done it, and you feel fine.
Oscar just kind of grins and says, like the aftertaste.
Very nice. And
Anyway, yeah, Oscar is going to drown his sorrows, so just count him as doing that while other people do whatever the hell they need to do.
you look around and you see that, like, you know, there's still bunches of people in there, but then you see there's a small table where there's like 2 people just conversing, and one of them just gives you a bit of a look. Just a slight look, and then just raises his head. And the other one turns around,
gives like everybody a look, or like someone in specific.
Gives Oscar a look. Just seeing you down this massive drink.
Oscar just kind of looks back, shrugs, and downs the other half of it.
He then motions to his person across the table, who then turns, looks at you kind of like blurry eyed, and then just another head nod.
Oscar just kind of, just nods and otherwise goes back to drowning his sorrows.
Yeah.
As far as he's concerned, what he's doing is perfectly normal, so he doesn't really see a reason for it to attract attention.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, that was both Jorg and Nock at the table.
Oh, nice.
Was Nock the one who initiated the suspicious nods?
Jorg was the one that did the first nod. Nock was the one that looked around and was like, "Oh yeah."
Jorg would have been like, "Oh, they've got money."
He can afford big ones.
They're gonna give us the money. Yes. Alright. So, Hedrick goes up to the bar. Has to kind of climb onto the stool to actually talk to the barman because he's so short.
Yeah, a little bit.
He does it. He does it. Yeah.
Just a quick question, Jordan. In your world, is there a drinking age or no?
There is a drinking age, but you still see, like, you know, kids, human kids walking around in here, but they have their own fruit juice.
One bottle in each hand.
So there's a drinking age, but nobody gives a shit, is what I'm getting.
It's kind of hard to differentiate between a halfling that's at 20 and a human that's at 20.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that Jorg's only 14.
Nothing out of the ordinary there. He's fine.
It's fine.
A 14-year-old human?
14-year-old human, yes.
Oh.
Probably looks a bit older, but...
Well then. What the fuck am I doing there with him? I'm like, just hanging out.
you just look at him and it's like, oh yeah, it's a fairly stout halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like... I'm asking you like all sorts of halfling centric questions. Like, so is it true that you guys live in like shires and like hill houses? Is that a...
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I wasn't born in a halfling village, you fucking twat.
What's your
language?
What's
your colourful language coming from a 14-year-old to a 30-something-year-old. Who's actually quite plastered.
Yeah, a little bit.
You've been in this tavern for a little bit now.
Oh. For 5 years.
Roll me a D4 to see how many drinks deep you are.
That is one. I'm drinking responsibly, which is
Did
the
you
name of the
make
thing.
him drink Oscar? God. Oh.
I've been nursing it for days.
For
You've just been
days.
in there like the past week. It's you know like those like the shots and moves where like everything is like super fast except for the one person who's moving at normal speed. It's just like that for a week with him just sitting at the table like slowly drinking.
Or in Back to the Future 3, where doctors one shot all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing that all week. Before I get to actually drink it, I like, oh, I remember another story.
Oh god.
And that story takes 2 days.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
Alright.
Back in
Hang
my
on.
day.
Alright, so Oscar is drinking as much as the barkeep will give him.
Yep. Mad Gadget is
what is
asking for
everyone else doing?
rooms. Mad Gadget is just inquiring about, getting some rooms.
Yep.
2, maybe 3.
Oh, sorry. Oscar would also he'd ask if he could grab a refill for one of the water skins with something fairly stiff.
Yep. Barman grabs a rather potent ale and fills the water skin with that.
Oscar nods his thanks.
It is now very full and almost about to explode, kind of.
Yeah. Well, Oscar takes a drink to make sure it doesn't explode.
You pop the top of it and the head just.
Yeah, and Oscar's more or less just showers himself with it, like so he can get the thing in his mouth.
Mad Gadget would hear a voice in his head, by the way, asking, "What are you doing here? You don't look like you belong here."
Mad Gadget just turns, looks around, and surveys the crowd to see if there was anyone that was actually looking towards him.
No, Jorg wouldn't be looking at him when he did it.
But he didn't see anything anyway.
Sorry, quick question. I'm guessing we agreed the water skins hold 10 sips each, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So that puts them up to 16 sips. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. And as we see Oscar just on the side there, half thumb over the vent, or the mouthpiece of it, and just showering himself like a champagne would.
Yeah. Well, he's showering himself because he's trying to get the fucking thing in his mouth to, like, take a drink out of it to make sure it's not exploding.
So he's showering himself like a champagne, but he's also trying to bite at it like a dog would.
I'm guessing Oscar is a tad tipsy at this point.
He is having the time of his life.
Oh, that's fine. No, that sounds exactly like Oscar to me, so I'm fine with this.
Amelie, what are you doing? You just seem very timid and quiet in the corner.
I was waiting for my moment. Amelie, I was going to say before, Amelie, when she goes to order, she goes up to the bar, slams her fist down on the bench with her head down, and says in a very serious tone, "I'll take one of your finest." She stops, looks up, and says, "Glass of milk."
Oscar just kind of gives you a side eye, but continues downing his drink.
So
the bartender nods and is like, "Virgin White Russian, I got it."
The bartender does go up the back, behind the closed door of the bar. You seem to assume that it's more of an icebox back there to keep things cool. He comes out with a tall mug, and inside is a very chilled glass of milk.
Okay.
Here you are, lassie. One of the finest.
Oscar kind of just watches, he watches the mug approach and sits down and just kind of watches it and takes the mug away from himself and goes, "How can you drink that?"
She's just gonna say, "Hey, I'm a cat. I like milk. Sue me."
Oscar just kind of shrugs, like.
You take both hands on the mug as you lift it up, and as it comes down, you have a milk moustache.
Oscar, he just kind of watches the harvest thing, just kind of shrug, goes, "Fair enough," and continues down his drink.
And you're just there at the rest of it, just cleaning yourself up.
Anyway, sorry. Now that the drinking shenanigans have gone on, where does the DM need us to go or do, or what event is happening?
At the moment, you guys happen to have you have 3 rooms. Whether you want to share rooms or not, more than welcome to. But
Oscar will walk into when he needs to sleep, will walk into the first one he sees and fall asleep. He doesn't care what else is in that room.
okay. Nock and Jorg have gone back to the Adventurers Guild. Not the main guild.
There's just something I wanted to do before I do leave.
Okay.
I've just sent you a PM of what I'm doing.
Okay. A loud noise. Before everyone leaves the bar, a loud voice is called out. Sounded like it was coming in your head. And it's directed at everyone, but more pointedly at Oscar. Oh, if your mother was just as short as you were, maybe I could have done her too!
Can Oscar identify the source of the voice?
Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Certainly, that is a... Oh, shit, that one went off the table. That's probably a... No, okay, that's worse. That is a 5 total.
You hear bits of snickering and bits of laughter, but you don't identify where the source of the voice come from.
Shrugs, puts the mic down, and just says, I mean, if you could get through the beard, you'd be welcome to. And then proceeds to start drinking again.
Okay. Roll me a charisma. Just a charisma check, just to see
Just a charisma check?
Yep. And
boy, that's a 1d20 minus 2.
and then Jorg, make a charisma
I
save.
have 6 charisma, okay? Shut up.
A charisma save?
Yes.
Charisma save?
Alright.
You do a
they're
check,
both
and he does a
minus
save.
2.
Yep.
Oh, right. They're both minus 2. Oscar rolls a natural 20.
I only got a 14.
Oscar gets a natural 20, which is an 18, but you know.
Okay, upon Oscar's reply, you hear a raucous laughter coming from the 2 individuals in the corner there, as the retort that you said out loud was enough to make them laugh, and you're directly pointed to where they are.
Oscar just like looks at them and just kind of catches their eyes, just nods, and says to the barkeep, "Give those 2 a round on me," and puts however much it costs down on the bar.
5 silver.
All right. Oscar nods, puts down 6 silver, and smiles and says, "For the service."
The barkeep takes the money, fills out 2 light ales, and gets it sent over to the 2 boys.
Yep. Oscar is then going to just begin. He basically just basically just walks to the manager and just says, "I'll be mingling for a few hours if you need me, boss. You know how to find me." And is then going to generally go and mingle with everyone in the tavern before the tavern closes for the night.
Okay.
Jorg's gonna hold his new tankard up towards Oscar as a cheers.
Oscar just kind of reaches back, grabs whatever the hell drink he can reach, holds it up, and just kind of bellows out the slouch, "Well, come on then, are you going to get through the beard?"
One of the miners, who was just drinking on one of the smaller tables, reaches down to try and find his drink, finds it gone, and then looks over and sees Oscar just toasting everyone out loud, and it's just like,
Hang on,
what in the fuck are you doing?
One sec. With disadvantage, that's a natural 1. Oscar is down the tankard by this point.
So,
Does Oscar hear him over the ruckus, or
yeah.
Oscar just kind of looks back around, kind of.
He goes and grabs you. Oi, mate, what the fuck are you doing?
That dwarf needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Damn, you're playing mind games right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he doesn't beat.
What do you get?
Got an 8.
All right. Yeah, no. That does not beat.
Of course it doesn't.
He takes 10 psychic damage as his brain starts to get spiked.
Oh bloody hell! So he kind of like goes to like grab Oscar and then like starts like trailing off halfway through, and it's kind of like.
What the fuck?
Oscar just kind of like Oscar just looks down and the dwarf stops and like, what was in his drink? And kind of like looks a little worriedly in the tankard.
Yeah, so the miner goes down. His mates that he was drinking with like, oh fuck.
Oscar just kind of like puts the tank down, like holds his hands, like, look, what that was not me.
They back up from Oscar.
Oscar's
George's just going to walk up behind them, and he's going to prepare his psychic blade with his soul knife.
Does Oscar see this going on?
Roll a perception check.
With disadvantage or no?
Without disadvantage.
Are you rolling to see if you notice, hun?
Okay, sure.
Oscar gets another 5
What is
total.
it? Perception check.
Perception check.
Just a perception check.
Just straight
okay.
perception for you.
Since I'm at the table. with
Knock,
him,
you can roll a
like,
perception check too.
Nope.
Yes.
I'm at the table with him. Like, should
Yeah,
I just be see him get up and shing the knife?
You do see him, but do you want to make sure you know what he's doing first?
17.
7.
You know exactly what he's doing.
I
Adventuring.
moved to stop him from causing any trouble.
Oscar got a 5, so I'm guessing he doesn't see this.
No.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Amelie only
Oscar's
got a
just, like,
7.
Oscar's just like hands up, professing like, look, I did not do that. I didn't touch him. I have no idea.
The 3 miners that are at the table are now have dropped their drinks on the table and are now backing up away from Oscar and the impending doom behind them.
1 second, I'm just gonna roll a wisdom save to see if Oscar sees the tangents, and I was like, ooh, no, Oscar is distracted by the tangents and immediately, so I was like, what
Don't worry.
grab one and start downing it.
Yeah.
Knock, please make a persuasion check to see if you can talk Jorg down. That was his charisma.
Oh.
That was
Persuasion,
maybe
right?
not your strong point.
Persuasion, yes.
Persuasion, right? Yeah, that's a 3 all up.
I had a 22 saving throw against us.
I grab his shoulder and say, no, don't do that. No.
Jorg's just going to shrug, and he is going to spend 7 psi points to hone the psychic blades, being a +4.
Okay.
Oscar is face first into a drink, so he doesn't notice any.
Oscar is oblivious to this at the moment. The miners have now left the building.
Oh no! Jorg was going to shank one of them in the back as they backed up away from Oscar.
No.
There's a bit of a space between them. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Okay.
okay.
In that case, he wouldn't hone a blade. He'd just put his blades away then, seeing as that left.
Yeah,
Oscar puts the
they
tank down,
scarp
comes
it
around
as they saw you coming at them with a knife.
Oscar
They're
puts the
miners,
tank
not
down.
fighters.
Yeah. Oscar kind of puts the tank down. There's like a clang. And goes, oh, and then just notices the other tankers and proceeds to grab those two and trundle along and just seemingly oblivious to everything that's going on.
Jorg's just going to mention to Not, I guess we'd better head off to the Adventurers Guild. And on the way out, he's going to slap Oscar on the shoulder and say, thanks for the drink. Those can repay you for the one you bought for me.
Yeah, and I head out.
Oscar just kind of Oscar shrugs and says, I want to booze if you want, and hands off one of the tankers to see if Jorg will take it.
Make a strength check, Jorg, if you're gonna take it.
I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
Jorg's not. Jorg's going.
Okay.
Right, Oscar shrugs and proceeds to down the tankards.
I was gonna see if if Oscar would actually let go of the tankard.
It was more of a strength check of will.
Pretty much, yeah. Will he let it
Oscar's
go?
like, see if he can actually let go of the tankard, or if he just wants to hold on to his precious.
Yeah, Jorg's just repaid the drink, and he's moving off to his off to the Adventurers Guild.
Hey.
Okay. So those two go off to the Avengers Guild. Oscar
just
is
continues- he
drinking
just
the night away.
mingles.
Yep,
Yeah, he
mingling.
just drinks and mingles till the early hours.
And I guess Mad Gadget hands Amelie a key and says, "There should be rooms just up above."
Amelie nods, gives her thanks, and heads up to one of the rooms.
Now, after downing a tankard of milk.
After downing my tankard
Clearing
of
off the
milk.
milk moustache, you know.
You find that even though it's been more than 5 to 10 minutes since all this happened, the mug is still, the liquid inside the mug is still very chilled.
Okay.
Magic milk.
Magic mugs.
Magic milk.
Oh.
Alright.
Anyway, yeah, so... Do you want me to roll to see if Oscar gets himself into anything, or...?
Jorg just
Yeah.
about started a whole lot of shit.
Yeah,
just
Jorg started a whole lot of shit, almost.
And Amelie has no clue to any of it.
Neither does Oscar.
Well, Oscar doesn't really, he just knows that something happened. He has no idea what.
So, roll me a d20, and we'll see what your result is.
D20. Sure.
Jordan, curious, is that miner
Actually,
dead or is he still alive?
That miner
Or
is,
is he just
he's
unconscious?
alive, he's just unconscious.
Okay, cool.
You spiked the fuck
Sorry.
out of his brain, yes.
One sec. I was gonna say, I think there's an actual thing for, like, what happens when you're carousing, so let me just see if I can find it.
Okay.
I remember it being in the Dungeon Master's
Doesn't
Guide.
cost you anything.
Yeah, here we go.
120.
I need to roll a... where are we? A D100 plus level, and I can send you a link to the exact thing if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Hang on, in 5e chat, so everybody can see what might happen to Oscar. It should open to the exact page, with the carousing table on it.
Okay.
Gotta
love any flipper.
He spends money as though maintaining a wealthy lifestyle, so I'll take that money off of his character sheet now. At the end of the... Yeah, rolls percentile dice and adds the character's level. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
So let me just grab my percentile dice. That is a 21. Make an enemy. Oh boy! You make an enemy. This person, business, or organization is now hostile to you. The DM determines the offended party. You decide how you offended them.
God damn it.
Sorry, I mean, if there's an official table, I want to use it just because that's simple.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, Oscar has lost money appropriate to a wealthy lifestyle. Go on. So, who has Oscar offended?
So, you'd managed to make your way to the Golden Ring, which is the more illustrious area of the town.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yep. After a few hours of drinking at the tavern, you meander
Yep.
your way down south,
Okay,
and
cool.
there are a few groups of people and singles that go walking down the streets because it is very well lit,
Yep.
very nice, and just over towards the eastern side is a bit of a red light district. And yeah, you go stumbling along. You follow the pretty lights. You take in all the pretty sights. Like you're so drunk you don't even realize it.
Yeah, he's just having a good old time. You
But you get that feeling, that unsettling feeling in the gut, and you pretty much go running into a random household. You bust open the door and you go straight to the nearest container-looking object, and you throw up into it.
Oh boy.
Was it your grandmother's ashes in an urn?
No. It just turned out to be it's not quite a nobleman, sort of like just below that.
Oh yeah, so like someone fairly well off.
Fairly well off. He'd done his fair share of adventuring in his previous years, but now he's retired. But you throw up into his ornate helmet.
Hang on. I'm just going to roll a con save to see if this sobers Oscar up and he realizes what he's done. That is a 18 total con save to sober.
The vomiting does sober you up, and you realize where you are, and you also realize you're now within melee range of a very angry-looking person who has his sword drawn and pointing out at you and demanding, "What are you doing in my house? Why have you thrown up on my helmet?"
Hang on, Oscar looks down at the helmet. I'm guessing to be history to see if he can work out what's happened.
With disadvantage.
What's disadvantage? History with disadvantage. That is a... That's 2 17s. That's an 18 total.
You remember walking, you remember busting open the door, you remember grabbing this thing off the shelf and just hurling into it. But you feel better. And now you have a sword pointed at you.
Oscar very bluntly and very calmly explains exactly what happened and looks at the man and says, this seemed like the best option at the time.
Very angrily, the man just says, "Get out! Drop the helmet and get out!"
Oscar, in his haste to get out of the house, more or less throws the helmet at the man and just goes back out the door, shuts it, and jogs off into the night.
You hear a scream of just disgust as the man fails to catch the helmet, and the vomit just splatters all over him.
Oh.
Oscar just jogs off into the night, and for a minute he's puffing. Then he he holds up against the building, kind of sighs, catches his breath, and just bursts out laughing, like raucous laughter at a volume that Oscar doesn't usually produce. He then jogs back to the tavern and goes face first into the first room he has access to.
Alright.
Jordan, I have a question.
Yeah.
I see on the map that there's a scholar's lectern. Is that like a chapel?
It's not a chapel, it is it's much like the Emporium, but it deals more with magic items and enchantments.
It's like a bookstore, basically.
Yes.
Oh.
Bookstore.
Okay, right.
Good for scholars, wizards, mages, all sorts. The north,
Not Oscar's thing, but you know.
yeah, the northeastern end of the town is more of a magic centric district.
Magic.
Right, yeah.
Magic, where people can study and learn the arcane arts.
Alright, while Oscar is sleeping off his night, I'm going to go and do something. I'll be like 2 minutes. Back for a
I mean, we could take a break here. That'd be perfectly fine.
Alright. I'm okay with that. You want to take a break, then?
Yeah.
Quick break?
Quick
How about
break.
you, Chris?
Yeah. Sitting around.
I mean, yeah, you'll get more action this time, Chris. It's fine.
Yeah, I figured it would take a while to.
Don't worry, Chris. Jorg will make things interesting for you.
That is not necessarily a good thing.
Have you seen his character sheet, Chris?
Oh, it's so bad.
No. What? Oh, the DM saying it's bad. That's gotta be bad.
Oh, I love Jorg. I'll send you, and you can have a quick nosy over it, Chris.
Okay.
Alright, so taking a quick break?
Yeah, quick break. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes or so.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. We are back. However, it is just only me at the moment. Me and the cursed music bot, which for some reason has stopped playing. No, it's playing, it's just very quiet. Very quiet ambiance music. So, rally the troops, we'll head on to the next leg of this, and yeah, we'll see what they'll do.
Oh.
ETA of now?
ETA of now. Okay, cool. I like this ETA of now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nat 20
Hello.
ETA.
Nat 20 ETA.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone.
Practical question. Do we all get a long rest?
Yes, everyone gets a long,
Yes, cool.
comfortable rest.
Get all your spell slots back on.
Yay.
Oscar has his drunken abilities returned to him.
There's points of
Also,
moxie.
Give me a sec, I'll give you the
1
XP.
second. Yeah, no, it's fine. I just need to work out how much. Okay, Oscar fills up the other thing while he's the other water skin while he's out on the town.
I've
Okay.
never come across Moxie before. Is it just like a homebrew thing? Is there another character?
It's a class on Aurora Builder called the Pugilist, which is basically like a monk, except like a bar fighter instead of a monk.
Ah.
You know how monks have points of ki? Pugilists have points of moxie, which is basically points of fuck you, I don't want to die.
Oh.
Okay. The ones that survived the fight, they, after their long rest, they gain 2,500 XP.
2,500.
Oh,
So you get 2k, 2.5k XP, huh?
1 second.
oh
let me...
also, I need to roll dice to get hit points back. Since I got a
no,
long
you don't.
rest.
For a long
On a
rest,
long
you
rest,
get
you
full
use
XP.
Yeah.
So
Long rest, you get
2.5k,
it all
you
back.
said?
2.5k, yes.
Okay.
That is literally 50 XP off of level 4.
Oh, really?
Oh no, that's
Yes,
not what I
I'm
wanted.
dead serious.
That one.
You don't quite level up, so it's okay.
I am dead serious.
Oh well.
Let me just update Oscar's character sheet.
Obviously, new members don't get anything, which is fair enough.
Yeah, we were there. You
We-
guys
yeah, we- you
regaled
were
the
there.
story, and we were like, "Holy crap! I now know so much more."
I know
but-
things. 1 sec. Okay, I am ready to go. I'm just making new character sheet for Oscar with the updated stuff on it.
Yep, no worries. So, morning breaks. Sunlight streams in through the windows. You hear the hustle and bustle of the street outside. The day is yours. What do you do?
When do we get our hit points back? I'm confused.
But you got a long rest, so you get all your HP back now.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
On a long
gives you
rest?
everything back just on the spot.
Yeah, on a long rest you get all your spells and all your other things you expended throughout the day. On a short rest, if you are a warlock, you get your spells back. But you can expend hit dice on a short rest to gain health.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it now.
Okay.
1 second. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just need to make a note of how many sips Oscar has on his new sheet. Oh, good. Oscar will probably take a little while to get up, so if other people have things they want to do, go right ahead.
Nock is just hanging out at the Adventurers Guild,
Yeah.
ready
So
for
you,
the next mission.
you
Joel
guys
would just be alongside him.
you guys will be picking up a bounty or a quest.
What do you reckon we should do, Jorg? Bounties more dangerous, but they give you some gold. But quests can give you some. I don't know what I'm talking about. The longer.
He's just rambling for a bit.
You mean bounties, you have a target that you're going for. Quests, you tend to go to a place, find out what they need, and help people there.
I can already picture what you would like to do. Bounty sounds like our shtick.
Alright.
Good
You have a look at
answer. Let's
you have a
go.
look at the bounty board and you find there's about 3 different targets that are on the board. There's a call out for dead or alive on
So, hey, wait, it was 2,500 XP, wasn't it?
for the people that survived the fight, yes.
Okay, I'm leveled up.
She did level up.
Oh,
I did.
She had 1,150 XP already, plus
Yeah, we got
2,500.
2.5. Wait, did I add 1.5? Hang on. We had 1,150, right?
Oh, no, you're right. No.
Hang on, sorry, just practical question. We had 1,150, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm a fucking dumbass. I added 1,500. You're right. Oscar does level up.
You're a
Oh,
fucking
Three,
dumbass.
650. So he goes to 3,650. I'm
Yes, so you forgot
sorry.
again. Go with the builds.
I'll just do the level super quick.
Ability. Yeah, you can either go to ability score or feat, up to you.
Sorry, I
Ability
will.
score,
Sorry,
right.
carry on. It won't affect anything Oscar
Then
does
come
for the
over
day.
to
So
Oh,
Amelie gets the
score,
feeling
scores.
that she needs to go and probably read up on a few things to further invest in some
so,
on how she's feeling about getting stronger. Jorg and Nock, they go across over to the bounty board and they have a look, and they see that there's 3 bounties that are up and available. There is a dead or alive hit for Captain Redbeard. There is a dead or alive for a two-faced Fenton. And then there's also a third one, which is a weird kind of thing. It's just like an ogre. A large ogre that is nested up in the northern hills.
We taking all 3?
You think we can do it?
Jorg's just gonna rip down the 2 dead or alives. You claim this one, I'll claim this one. As
Okay.
he hands the Captain Redbeard over to over towards your character.
Oh yeah, Not takes it. Puts it in his shirt pocket and. No, he's reading up. Surely there's more information on it than just Captain Redbeard, have fun, go out and do it. It's like,
Jorg's just gonna stroll
um,
straight up to the desk and say he wants to put his name put down for this job.
Okay, Steve, you want to take on the Captain Redbeard, is it?
Yep, I'll bring his head back.
Okay. So the information is that he is last seen in the the oceans towards the northern end of the continent,
Mm-hmm.
and the fee for payout will be 200 gold.
Right. Thank you for that.
So if he marks your name
After-
down, he does
Am
all
I
the.
able to take a second? Am I able to take a second job at the same time, or do you guys only allow me to have one?
Oh no, you can do multiple at once. Yes, of course.
Yes,
I'll
of
also
course.
take the ogre. I'm also going to take the ogre.
You want to take the ogre? Okay.
Yeah.
That one is a little
I
bit more.
chime in and I'm like, I'll make that a joint one. We'll both do that one.
Also, you are a party? Okay, well, that makes things a little bit more easier, because it is rated a little bit more higher on the scale of things.
Okay.
Okay. And then I give him the sort of surfer shaka bra.
Chakabra. Okay, yes, payout for the Redbeard would be 200 on return. The payout for the Ogre will be 150. And the, you look like you have another bounty target there for the bandit, Two-Faced Fenton, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that will be 50 gold once you return him dead or alive.
So it's a 400 GP turnout once we hand all 3 heads over.
Correct.
Cool.
Alright.
Sounds like a pretty good payout to me.
Okay. If you want to arrange transport, I can do that for you as well. That will be 5 gold. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to try and find your way to the north.
We can probably rent a wagon.
Rent the wagon.
Yeah, alright.
I will get
So
that
if
situated
it
for you
was
in the northern exit of the town.
Alright. No, so, whereabouts are the locations of both the ogre and the Two-Faced Fenton?
So, the ogre, just to... if you give me a second, I will check on the open maps.
He starts typing on a book.
Nah, he reaches in the back, he brings out the massive open sheet. The ogre is in the northern hills of Glomber, the Principality of Glomber. I'll just get my Streamlabs.
Oscar has
Actually,
been leveled.
Yep.
Any chance you'd be able to show us on the actual map, Jordan, roughly?
I will get there in a sec, dude.
Thank you.
Add capture.
Oh.
There we go.
Right. It's that one.
Why are those attacks not accurate? Need to update the sheet again.
Again. So, over here on the world map, you can see the Principality of Glomber, just to the northern end of Glomber here, and these hills. Can't really make a mark now, can I?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There is the ogre there. The bandits are just south of Dro over here. About right where this dot is. That is the last known position.
All right. Thank you.
And the pirates, they were... That cannot be right. Why is there two? Two places known as Krigh. I'm going to change it. They were last seen at Ladarota. Ladarota. Yes.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah. So all I'm getting from this is that we should definitely rent that wagon.
There are a few.
Fair amount of travel.
There is a few amount of travel. Yes.
Well, you seem to be better with maps than I am. I'll leave the planning to you there, Doc.
Alrighty. So we'll probably head on the freeway north, might take the Glomber exit.
Take the Glomber exit.
Take the Glomber exit. Okay.
And yeah.
So he puts away the map.
Uh-huh.
Get out of that. Puts away the map and is just like, okay. So I'll take the 5 gold. I will organize your transport at the northern end of town, and yeah, there is an emporium just across the way. They will have all the adventuring gear you need.
And speaking of that emporium, Oscar has a stop there for a little bit.
Jorg's gonna drop 5 gold pieces on the table.
Okay, I will organize that for you post haste.
Right, let's go get the last of the shit we need and go. The
Alrighty.
sooner we hit the road, the sooner we can make this fucking money.
Okay, travel safe.
We we head over to Maguire's Emporium. Or do
Okay.
we already have all of it?
So Oscar's also heading there as well.
Oscar is, yes, because he said yesterday he'd stop by early next morning because he wanted to stock up on a couple of things.
What about Emily?
Yeah, I was about to say, sorry, 'cause I wasn't fully listening, but I've caught up because I was
Okay.
sorting my character sheet. But yeah,
problem.
Amelie's also going to go over because she is interested to see what Maguire's Emporium has.
Okay. Matt Gadget will probably head along as well, or unless he's actually no. Matt Gadget's going to head over to the north, and what I'll do is I'll go and organize us some transport. Can I?
Oscar nods and basically just says, "See you back here in a couple of hours, then, boss."
Okay. So Matt Gadget's taken off to the north, and you guys are all heading across the plaza to the Emporium, just as Nock and Jorg both appear.
Yep.
You get to the front of the Emporium, and it's a big, open, ornate-looking building, but it has like all massive glass windows in the front, with a rather large, like red teak, mahogany-looking door. I would say.
Right.
Big, fancy, and you open the door, and a bell goes off. Ding!
Sorry, who is entering first? The other two, or?
Depends. Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna say Amelie will go in first.
Okay. That
So
probably
it'll
means
be
Oscar would
Amelie
be...
and Oscar first,
Yeah,
followed,
probably
and
means
then
Oscar would be
Jorg
walking in
and
shortly after, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
meaning Jorg and Nock would turn up a little bit later.
Okay. So Amelie and Oscar both enter in, and there is just. It just seems like a very. It's a large building with shelves upon shelves of different items and gear, and you can hear lots of mechanical structures being used. You can hear there's kids running around in this place, and they're just activating all sorts of things, much like you'd see at the warehouse. And the kids are, and yeah, there's literally stuff here for everyone.
Hey, how handy.
And near towards the center of the shop, there is a big booth that has been set up, and you see the big portly man that was riding the carts earlier, Mr. Mary Maguire himself.
Oscar just kind of, catches his eye, nods to him, and kind of like, oh, hey, I recognize you.
Oh, hello, friends. Welcome back to Mary Maguire's Emporium. What can I do for you today?
Oscar... Sorry, go on.
Amelie's just going to give a big friendly hello. It's nice to see you again. I just thought that would come in and have a look and see what you've got.
Please, be my guest. You're welcome to have a look around.
Oh, thank you. Amelie says as she goes to have a look around.
Oscar just kind of nods to him and says, you got hammers.
I have hammers, I have trowels, I have sledges, I have whatever you need. It's construction
Oscar-
materials are more over towards the back left of the store.
Oscar grins and thanks him for the advice and goes and has a look around.
A ringing sound happens as both Nock and Jorg enter the building.
Oscar pays no particular mind to this, given he's wandering off doing his thing.
I head straight up to the counter and ask about, I think, just long distance traveling supplies, right? I think that's all we need.
Probably want to pick up some potions too. Unless you're extremely good at fucking healing.
Only over time. Yeah, so I ask about the price of healing potions, healing supplies, things like that.
Well, as it just so
We're going to
happens,
need some rations, probably some healing potions.
okay.
Oh, and do you guys happen to have like a portable hole or something that I can use for storing a bounty's head?
We do happen to have a few items. Basic adventuring gear and ready-made kits are just over to the front on the left there. I do happen to have 3 healing potions in stock. They are quite hard to find.
Okay.
And, portable hole, you say? I don't have a portable hole, but I'm pretty sure over in the magic district, they might have a place that can sell magical items of that nature.
Okay.
I have a
how much are the 3 potions of healing?
50 gold each.
Fucking what?
They're quite hard to find.
Jorg, I only have $10. You got this.
Does Oscar hear this?
Perception check. You're in the back left of the shop.
Yep,
I'm sort of like Homer whispering, like it's whispered, but it's really loud at the same time. Like,
that's a 17 perception.
I only got $10.
You hear it. You overhear the conversation.
Also, just kind of like post I recognize those voices. But
50 GP for a potion of healing. That's fucking ridiculous.
Well, you're more than welcome to A, make your own, or B, find your own, but...
So, hang on. So, which bounty was it? That was the 50 GP one? It was the...
The bandit.
It It was the bandit. Two-Face, what's his fucking name?
Two-Faced
Yeah.
Fenton.
Come on. We only get 50 GP for fucking getting Two-Face Fenton's head back here. That's one of our fucking bounties. It's an entire bounty's worth of reward on one potion. This is ridiculous.
Well, maybe you
The
might.
other two people in the room would recognize the name Two-Faced Fenton, by the way.
Yes. Because that was on the bounty note that was read off Sexus's body.
Yeah, Oscar just kind of pokes his head around to see what's going on. I'm guessing he can see what's happening.
Yep.
Oh, Oscar just kind of calls out, as far as I'm aware, 50 is standard fare.
You happen to know these two gentlemen there? Dwarven fellow?
Oscar just kind of looks them up and down. I'm guessing he recognizes them.
History check.
It would history check you were drunk.
Yeah.
Fair. That is a 10 total.
You vaguely remember them.
Oscar just kind of shrugs. I think I bought them a drink last night. It was a long night.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, you did help me. But, I could lower the price down a little bit, but I'm still gonna make an earning. I could
No,
probably
that's
probably
fine.
drop it
We'll
down
just
to
go elsewhere.
35 gold a piece.
Oscar just kind of says, 35 for a potion. In Oscar's experience, like for his compared to standard, how does that sound to him in terms of price?
To him, he's heard people scalping prices for as high as 45 to try and cut the price down. 35 is being very generous.
Yeah. Oscar just kind of walks up and says, given you're being so generous, and puts, he puts 75 down and says, I'll take the 2 potions, seeing as these gentlemen don't want them.
75 for 2 potions. That's... yeah. I can do that.
Okay, Oscar smiles and says, don't worry, I'll be back in a second. I've just got to work out how many hammers I need. And kind of smiles.
Sure. I still have 1 potion, if you're willing to take it.
I can afford 40 GP. That's all I've got.
And we can combine our money. I've got 10.
It comes to a 50 GP total.
Oscar just kind of looks up at them and says, have I still got that 5 gold tab?
Of course.
Oscar nods. They have it. And walks off to the back of the shop.
That's 55. There was only 3 potions in total. We can still only buy 1.
There is only 1 left.
Pays $5.
Yeah.
There's 1 left. That dwarven
At
fellow
that
who's
point,
been very gracious has bought 2 of them already.
We'll take the last one.
At this
Alright.
point, I've just given Jorg my gold. It's like, here, just chuck it in the pool.
Yeah. And Oscar has basically just said, take the 5 GP off whatever they're buying, given that they seem to be having an issue.
Yep, so that's fine.
Alright, so what does that bring the price down to? 30?
30 gold, yes.
Okay. Alright. Thank you for that.
So,
Hopefully we won't need it.
Oscar can mark down 2 minor healing potions.
Are they the
Just
potion
standard.
healing, from the
Yeah.
standard one? Yep.
Yeah,
2
standard.
4 plus 2.
Yep,
Yep, I was
and
checking they were the standard one. What
Jorg
potion
can
is
put
it?
down a single potion.
Hang
Yep.
on. Item details. Yeah, he has 2. Good. I will update that character sheet.
Is there anything else I can interest you, gentlemen?
No, and I doubt we're going to be able to get a portable hole or anything for what we've got left, so I guess we're just going to have to try carry the fucking heads.
Well, we're gonna be having a cart, won't we? So we can always slump them in the back.
Yeah, but have you ever smelt a severed head after a couple of days?
Yeah, true. Fair enough. I guess we'll just suffer.
Oh, do you have any bottles of perfume?
Bottles of perfume? I believe
Or something that can mask a nasty smell?
I do have, scent removal or scent additives. They you usually get hunters that come through here, and a lot of the noble women as well. We're well equipped to deal with either.
I don't care how good or bad it smells. I just want it to be able to be strong.
So strong smelling perfumes, yes, we've got about 20-25 bottles in stock.
What's your cheapest one?
They go for about 2 silver each.
Oh, okay. I'll grab a couple of bottles of that then.
Couple bottles being
What was it, sorry?
couple bottles being of how much?
Two of the silver one. Two of the 2 silver ones.
Just 2 of them? Okay. So 4 silver.
Alright, cool. Well, that deals with the smell problem. And rations. Something else we need.
Yep. Front
We're
left
heading
of
north
the
for a little while.
front left of the store there is plenty of ready-made kits and rations ready to go.
Thank you. Do you know how long the trip is up into, where are we going again?
It was the mountains of Glomber.
Yeah. Any idea how long the trip is till the mountains of Glomber?
Can Oscar hear? Does he hear them mention Glomber?
Giving you a perception check earlier and range of in the store, yes, you still hear them. And you
Oscar
definitely hear them mention Glomber.
Kind of like pokes his head around and says, "Glomber? What are you doing in Glomber?"
We've got a few bounty targets up that way.
Oscar nods. Figures. Stay away from the smithing families. Right, stuck-up bunch of pansies. Sticks his head back around the corner again.
No, trust me, we're not after any smithing families. We're after a couple of bandits and an ogre. Well, a bandit, a pirate, and an ogre.
Oscar just kind of nods and says, fair enough. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh,
Jorg's just gonna make his way over and start looking at the, rations packs.
I've got to say, it's going to be like a few days travel at least. Probably 5 or 6 to make your way to the Glomber.
I already have a pack with 10 days rations in it.
Yeah.
Same.
So do we really need to?
We'll grab a couple of extras just in case. Grab another, let's say, 5 days worth.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
And armor?
How much for 5 days worth of rations?
5 days, 5 silver.
Alright, cool. We'll make it 6 days. That way, this way that the perfumes and the rations all round out to 1 gold piece.
Sounds good to me. Emily,
Thank you.
what are you doing?
Amelie's looking at. I'm guessing there's a book section because he did say that there's a bit of everything in the Emporium.
There's a bit of everything, but these terms are more just stories that have been written.
So they're like fairy tales.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want magic, you're gonna have to go to the other bookstore, which is off in the northern district.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
So what was the name of the bandit?
Two-faced Fenton.
Two-Faced
The
Fenton?
bandit,
Two-Faced Fenton.
Two-Faced Fenton.
Fenton!
Fenton! Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Little Danny Fenton was just 14. Can't fit the bloody sling machine.
Yes, you want to go up there to the bookstore, huh?
Do-do-do-do-do.
God damn, we're old. Alright.
Well, I guess, seeing as our business here is concluded, we can always just head off to the northern gates and should have that cart ready for us to head on out.
Yeah, should do. And I'm make my way with Jorg to the door.
Joel's going to call out over his shoulder towards Oscar. Oh, thank you for the donation, by the way.
Oscar just shrugs and mutters something.
Okay.
And
So-
then as Jorg's leaving, he's going to telepathically mention to Oscar. So only Oscar hears it in his head.
Yeah.
I guess I did get through that bed, didn't I?
Oscar sniggers a little bit and he stops what he's doing, kind of shakes his head before going back to do his work. Oscar is then going to come up to the counter with 1 second. With a bullseye lantern and 3 flasks of oil and a sledgehammer.
Bullseye lantern, 3 flasks of oil, and a sledgehammer. Okay. Good. Said I'll get the prices up for you. Looks not like.
Assuming he can find all of that anyway.
The lantern will put you back 10 gold.
Oscar just nods and starts counting out money.
The oil will be 3 silver pieces for the 3 of them.
Yep, Oscar nods and again begins counting out.
And the sledgehammer will be another 2 gold.
Yep, Oscar nods, puts the total down, and thanks the man warmly for his service.
Thank you for your patronage.
Yep, no, that he's already got the shovel, which I'll add to him now. Yep, no, that's everything Oscar wants, thank you.
Okay. What about you, young lady? Would you want anything at all?
I've
Or?
been looking around, but I don't really know what I want, to be honest.
That's perfectly fine. If you need anything else, then come on back. But for now, yeah.
I will remember that, thank you.
I'll always remember their face. Friendly face,
But hard to
anyway.
forget, really.
But hard to forget. Okay. So you two finish up, gather your items, and leave and head to the north.
Yeah, Oscar goes to where he agreed to meet Mad Gadget after the browsing and so on and so forth.
Okay. At the
And
stable.
Amelie's just...
Yeah.
Amelie's
fine.
gonna go look for, Oscar and Mad Gadget.
Okay.
Oh,
Meet
well,
up with
Oscar
them.
waits for Amelie.
So, upon Jorg and Nock getting to the stable master, they see the crazy little gnome Mad Gadget trying to discuss with the stable master, trying to get himself a cart.
I thought you said a car for a minute. I was like,
A
hold
cart.
the fuck up.
No. Mad Gadget hasn't made a car, he made an airship.
Yes.
Unfortunately, sir, the only card has already been booked out. What do you mean the only card is being booked out? These 2 gentlemen over here, they're the ones that are going on bounties over to the north. Mad Gadget then turns around, looks to see Jorg and Nock. Oh, you guys from the
Howdy.
bar.
Jorg's going to ignore him and go straight to the cart and just throw his gear into the back of it.
Say, we're heading north. You wouldn't happen to have any spare room in there for 3 other fellows?
As long as you don't mind perfumed heads.
That's an... I don't want to think about what that smells like.
I mean, I'll pay you for it.
I look at Jorg.
How much?
50 gold.
Deal.
Alright.
That's simple enough. Nice.
No
I
haggling, no
want
nothing.
half payment up front, though.
Oh, Mad Gadget just brings out the entire 50 gold and just drops it in your hand.
No. All right.
I mean, I
Thank you.
trust you enough. I don't even know you, but I trust you enough.
Mad Gadget is an interesting fellow.
Mad Gadget doesn't care.
No, I know.
So, yeah, we just gotta wait for my other companions to get on over here. I told them where we are. We're ready.
All right.
And You see, coming from back where you guys came from, Oscar and Armley.
Oscar just kind of raises an eyebrow at the situation here with the sledge like hung over his shoulder and it gets up eventually. It's like, oh, strange bedfellows.
I didn't catch your two names. Either way, these are. I'm Mad Gadget, and this is Oscar and Annalie. And you guys are.
Emily waves nicely.
Oscar nods.
I'm Jorg of Ankarth.
And I'm Nock Shulavad.
Hey, no, mind the cart. I'm gonna go have a quick nosy at that magic store if we can see if we can't pick up a fucking portable hole.
Okay. And I just sort of sit on the side.
Hey,
Jorg is going to.
before you go, Jorg,
He...
just if you do go there, just mention Mad Gadget. They might give you a bit of a discount.
And he gets thrown out immediately.
Yeah.
Jorg's gonna shrug and he's gonna head on over towards the where the what's it fucking called?
Scholar's Lectern.
The Scholar's Lectern is.
Alright. Again, it just seems like a very simple shop front. But you see there's a lot more robe-clad individuals that are going in and out of this place. It seems like it's very frequented, and there's... It just has an air of musty, old book smell as you go through the front door.
Yeah, Jorg's just gonna enter straight in. He's not gonna give a fuck. He's just gonna walk straight up to the counter.
Yes, how can I help?
I'm looking for either a small portable bag of holding or a portable hole, whichever is going to be available.
Yes, a portable hole or a bag of holding. A bag of holding can put you back probably about 100 GP. And a portable...
I've only got 69 GP to spend.
69.
Hey.
Roll a persuasion check for 69.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Be right back.
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
I don't exactly have the greatest persuasion modifier, but let's see what I get.
It's better than Oscar, I can assure you that much.
I got a 20 total.
You just hear the old fella. Eee! Yes! A portable hole will put you back about 300 gold pieces.
What was that, sorry?
The portable hole will put you back about 300 gold pieces.
What? I thought a portable hole was smaller and cheaper than that of a bag of holding.
They're also harder to find. You tried finding a portable hole?
You do raise a point.
No, it just keeps moving around.
It's portable. It keeps moving. But yeah, the bag of holding is the best I can give you for the price that you have.
Do you have anything that I'd be able to store, let's say, hypothetically, 3 or 4 severed heads in?
Oh, you're one of
that
them.
I can get for 69.
You're one of them bounty folks, aren't you? You come from that adventurers guild?
I have a couple of bounties that I need to go and take, yes. A couple of very nasty men and an ogre.
I tell you what. You give me the price of one of those bounty targets, then I'll give you the bag for now.
Okay. Well, I've got 3 different bounties. How's about I give you the rewards for who are we gonna say? The rewards for Two-Faced Fenton. He's a bandit that I'm hunting.
Hey, what? Just trying to eye up the piece of paper. What's that? What's his bounty for?
I haven't handed him the pamphlet.
No, but you're holding it up, reading it.
No, I'm not.
You know?
What are you thinking?
You're thinking?
Yes, I'm thinking.
What's his bounty going for?
I think it's 50 GP. I can give you some of the GP I currently have, give you a 50 now, and then I'll give you his reward as well. Because you said it was 100 GP for the bag of holding, wasn't it?
Yes.
How does that sound for a deal?
Yes.
It sounds acceptable, yes.
Very well. Do we have an accord?
Yes. So goes to the back, toddles back with the bag of holding, puts it on the counter.
Jorg's going to hand forward 50 GP.
He grabs the bag, he searches through it. 50 GP. Done. Pleasure doing good business with you.
It's a pleasure doing business with you too. Jorg
Okay.
smiles as he grabs the bag of holding and turns away and heads on out.
Why do I get the impression Jorg isn't going to pay the other 50 GP?
As Jorg leaves the store, a bit of string comes out of the bag of holding and wraps around his wrist.
Oh.
Okay.
And he pulls at it, but it won't come away.
Well, at least it didn't produce a tentacle monster, so that's good.
This time.
Jorg's just going to poke his head back in the door and ask what the hell this is about, holding the bag up.
As insurance!
Okay. Insurance for what?
In case you don't come back and buy that money, and give me that money.
Win the money.
I've had people try and
Okay.
steal magic items over the years. I've built up a bit of a reputation of having trustworthy service.
And you can count on me to fulfill my word when I say that I will pay you.
We'll see about
We
that.
have a deal struck.
That's my word, but that's now proper.
Very well. Jorg's going to then head on out.
Safe travels.
Don't kick the bucket.
Is it Master Roshi from Dragon Ball that he sounds like? It is, I think.
I don't think it's
Jorg's-
Master Roshi, no.
Jorg's just going to basically call out, "Don't kick the bucket before I can pay you, you old kook."
You'd be surprised at how long this wizard's been alive.
Probably not. He's a wizard.
Okay.
Jorg's just telling him not to kick the bucket.
Yeah, standard, nice, friendly fare.
Alright,
Alright, so Jorg makes his way back to the cart.
back to the car. Did you find what you need?
Yep. Holds up the bag of holding.
Did you mention my name at all?
No, I didn't. Oh well.
How much did that set you back?
Well, 50 now, and I have to give him the bounty target. I have to give him the reward for the bounty of fucking
Two-Faced Fenton.
Two-Faced Fenton.
Oh. I'm surprised old Hemlock gave you that. Huh. I could have gotten that for cheaper.
Oscar just kind of looks at Magage and is like, "Boss, you weren't there."
That's why I asked.
Oscar just kind of visibly rolls his eyes a little.
Look, Hemlock and I go way back. He's the only one that runs the
Jorg's
scholars.
just gonna jump straight up into the where the reins are. He says, "You get on now, or you're fucking walking."
Oscar's already sitting on there, having a look at, pouring over bottles or water skins. Sorry.
Yep.
Nook scrambles over the side.
It just-
Amelie jumps in.
Mad Gadget just, ambles up the wheel and into the side of it. Alright.
Oscar just reaches down as his arm and offers this fucking meaty hand.
The
Yeah.
moment Mad Gadget's wheel is off, leg is off, foot is off the wheel, Jorg's gonna slap the reins.
All right, Oscar just I'm assuming Mad Gadget takes his hand.
Oh yeah. He jumps at the last second, grabs a hand, gets yanked up as the
Oscar
wheel
just,
starts spinning.
borderline, basically pulls Mad Gadget up over his head and into the seat next to him.
Alright. Off and away on a new adventure again. Whee! And
Jorg's just gonna be heading off north along the path.
so The party travels along unhindered so far. Give me a sec, actually. Yeah, no, the party gets unhindered for about half the day.
Yay!
So around about midday, they get to the They have some wolves that poke their nose out and walk across the pathway, but they quickly scatter as the cart just comes barreling down.
The moment that Jorg sees any of them, he's just going to mind thrust them.
Well,
He sees 3 wolves on the path. Roll. Do your rolls.
It's an intelligence save.
Oh god.
I'm pretty sure a wolf has like a -3 or 4 intelligence save.
Give me a sec. I'll head back to my DM screen.
I
Man,
hated the DM screen.
cries in DM. First one gets a 5, second one gets a 13, third one gets a 3.
None of them pass. First one takes 6 psychic damage. Second one takes 6 psychic damage. Third one takes 10 psychic damage.
The first 2, after getting mind spiked, they have a yelp and they scarper. The third one gets an even stronger pulse of mind and it's still stuck on the pathway.
I'm then going to run it over with the cart.
Well, alrighty then.
You don't have to roll to hit. It just disappears underneath the hoofs of the horse, and there's a bit of a
Oh god.
as the wolf is just run underneath the fuck's sake. It only had 1 hit point.
Oscar's in the middle of having a drink as this goes on, and he kind of like splutters a little bit, shakes his head, and kind of looks back and is like, "Ooh," and then just finishes the drink.
Emily, noticing this happen, sort of goes up to the front and says to Jorg, "Hey, now was that really necessary?"
It didn't move out of the path. It's its own fault.
But it was just an innocent creature just minding its own business.
Then it could have minded its own business off the fucking path.
Emily's gonna go sit back down and whisper to Oscar, "I don't like this person."
Oscar looks at you, gives you a kind of a side-eye glance, and just doesn't say anything.
I'm witness to all of this, and I just sort of look at them, smile, and
No.
go, "He grows on you."
So you get
no one actually knows that I mind thrusted those wolves.
No.
no.
There's
You,
no
you
evidence
just
of it.
hear them.
Yeah,
2 of
but
them
she
yelp.
felt the jolt of it.
Yeah,
going
me running it
underneath.
over.
Yeah.
That's all you know is that I ran it over.
Yeah.
So
That is correct.
you get across the river because there is a bridge that was made up for the main trunk line, and you start
Yep.
heading back towards you guys saw the wyverns.
Oh, yay!
Back to Wyvern Town.
Can we get some more of them to kill?
No, the wyverns, the sound that they were making before in the yesterday, they've died down. It's now all you hear are just the birds and the crickets and the other insects.
Is there still the wyvern corpse that was like half off the road?
You see a massive blood pile and bones that have been mostly picked clean, but the wyvern body is still there.
Looks like the
Oscar
wolves were
just-
having a snack.
Yeah, Oscar just kind of raises an eyebrow and was like,
Could have been the birds.
nature's efficient.
I take a very good close look at it and I say, ants.
Big fuck off
Just
ants.
kind of like,
I got a 15 nature check to try to figure out what the fuck did it.
Most likely it was the wolves.
I got a, what's that? I got a 12 for nature, and I continue to believe it was ants.
No, you reckon it was wolves, but you also think it could also be ants. question mark?
Upon hearing Nook exclaim, ants, Oscar just turns around, looks at him like, kind of like, what the fuck, and just hands the water skin to him like, sounds like you need, and kind of like shakes it.
Yeah, I'd take it.
Cool, are you going to take a drink of it?
Yeah.
Cool, I will mark that sip off. That was, it's a water skin of fairly stiff alcohol.
Oh, so that's a con save?
You took
I
a
don't
mouthful,
know.
you're
It's
fine. If
only
you took
one
more
sip,
than
you'll
if you
take-
took more than one mouthful, you'd need to take a con save.
Okay, yeah, just the one then.
Yeah, he just takes a mouthful and was like, oh.
Alright.
Which one you can do, Dan?
Yeah.
Which you got your dice
Oscar,
out for.
Oscar just kind of
Oh,
nods,
just
and,
like
nods and smiles as he sees Nock's face kind of go like, oh, what the fuck?
Okay. So as you see, you're heading up the northern end of Rib. Most definitely wolves, highly suspects ants. You cynical.
Ants.
Ants. So the party then heads further north, just past the hills, and you leave the area that was the outskirts of Krigh, and are now at the foot of the Red Mountains.
So the mountain where the
The big
the
mountain
airship
where
crashed.
the big
Cool.
mountain where the dragon came up and over.
Cool.
Next to the K in Kingdom on the map?
Yeah, so that big mountain where the K is, you're just off the left of it on the road, at the foot of the hill.
Jorg's gonna keep the cart rolling.
It is now
Oscar
come up.
is going to alternate drinking and keeping an eye out to see if there's anything else going on.
Okay. It is now getting to late evening. The horses are rather tired now. Your pace has slowed down a bit because of the amount that you've had to do, and trying to pull a cart full of passengers through heavy mud.
Yeah.
Jorg's gonna keep an eye out, look for a place to set up camp.
Oscar will keep his eyes out as well, given he's noticing the cart slowing down.
Yeah. So, looking around, you have a look and roll a perception check.
Sure. Perception for Oscar is Oscar. Oscar goes to have a look and half stands up before sliding down into the bottom of the cart as he loses his footing.
He got a 1.
He got a 1. He
And
then
Jorg?
tumbles and kind of picks himself back up.
Jorg got a 17.
17. You do spy a bit of a clearing just up ahead off the side of the main highway that does go into the trees a bit and then opens out into a small glade, which looks like it'd be
Jorg,
pretty safe to
Jorg's going to point
post
this
up.
out to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, may as well get camp set up before sundown and the googlies come out.
The googlies.
The googlies. Oh no! That horde of ants comes back.
Yeah.
All right.
I get out a magnifying glass, I'm ready.
Oscar just kind of nods and says, "Camp's probably a good idea."
Alright. So, yeah, you pull the cart off the road, into the forest a bit, and then into the glade.
Oscar will, upon everything stopping, get a fire set up. We'll gather firewood, get a fire set up, and begin setting food.
Is it 1 or 2 horses on the front of the cart?
2.
Jorg's just going to untie them from the cart and just tether them to a nice clear spot in the glade, and just set out some water and some grain for them.
Okay. Mad Gadget will be off the back of the cart, and then he's got himself a spool of wire that he's got out of his back. And he's going to walk around the outside of the camp and set up an alarm perimeter.
Oh, that's how handy.
What are you doing, Jan?
Wait, did you say that Mad Gadget set up an alarm?
Yes.
He's setting up a spool of wire around the edges of the camp, which I'm guessing he explains as an alarm that'll be tripped if anything, not people walks over.
Yes, as a ritual, he is just going to, open out an area that's 20-foot cube, and he's just going to run it around.
Emily's going to look at it and sort of think to herself, wow, that's fascinating. And afterwards, she's just going to get a bedroll out and go to sleep. Because, wait, what time is it?
Early evening.
It's late evening, so it's about 7, 8 o'clock. So the sun has come down, but it is behind the mountain, so it is rather dark.
Yeah, I think just kicking it by the campfire until
Actually, yeah, Emily's going to do the same.
Jorg's just going to eat some hardtack rations and set up his bedroll in the actual cart.
Alright. Oscar volunteers to take his watch, given he doesn't sleep well anyway.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've got alarms set up. If you sleep, you sleep. It's fine.
Well, I mean, Oscar basically just shrugs and, Oscar just shrugs like, don't sleep well anyway. Might as well take first watch.
Okay.
Are we putting up a second watch, or are we trusting the alarm for late night, early morning?
Jorg volunteers for second watch.
Alright, Oscar nods and says he'll wake him up in the small hours of the morning.
Yeah, well, either way. The party beds down for a bit of rest. After that bit of road travel and the poor wolf that just got ran over.
Rip.
Rip wolf.
I'm busted. I feel like what's his name? Jorg might get a few experience points for that. Blasting some wolves off the cliff.
He will get the experience for a wolf, yes. Because he technically did kill a wolf. He gets...
I don't know if it killed it. I don't know. I don't
No,
care.
no. It went under and it died. He got 50 XP.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Whew, a whole 50 XP.
A whole
That
50
puts me
XP.
at what, 1,200?
Pretty much. Well, as the party heads to rest and the alarm is set, that's where we're going to leave the episode, or the session.
Alright.
Hey, cool.
Cool.
Okay.
So,
That works.
what did you think?
I really didn't expect Jorg to take the other 50 gold back to, but, now there's insurance, so it makes sense. I just kind of imagine he just walks in, he's like, oh yeah, I was meant to pay that person 50. Ah.
What was that?
Well, it seems like the way you've described Jorg, I imagine him kind of walking back and be like, oh yeah, I was meant to pay 50 gold to that old man.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
He's gonna find a way to cut the tie on the
Jorg is a man of his word, though.
Oh.
Yeah, but again, he's just more worried about insurance, so that if something does happen to you or to the bag, and he doesn't get his money, he's got a way of retrieving it.
Yeah.
Whether it be severing your hand and making your own hand walk itself back to the shop.
I just imagine, like, the bag just opens up and just swallows Jorg, then disappears.
The bag swallows Jorg up to his hand. His hand starts walking like Thing from the atmosphere.
Pretty much, just thinking that. It just things itself all the way back to the shop.
Oh, that's...
With the bag still attached.
That's unpleasant. Anyway.
Jorg might be a bastard, but at the same time, he's a man of his word. If he says he's going to do something,
but it's a bastard of his word.
Like a disgusting hand spider.
Disgusting
Scuttling.
spider stack.
So it's like, he made a deal with Mad Gadget that they could catch a ride. They never made a deal about how far he'd get a ride for.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this was foreshadowing.
Probably.
I mean, so technically, if he wanted to, he could just fuck off in the wee hours of the morning and leave you guys in the middle of the woods.
Technically, he could.
And he'd still be upholding his end of the word, his deal.
Well, yeah, in his mind, he would be, yes.
True.
Is he going to do that? Probably not.
We shall see. I just tapped over to the stream for a second, saw Jordan, like the look on Jordan's face go from like, to worry.
It's fine. I'll make something up later. But hey, we did it. We streamed it. It was a complete clusterfuck.
That's alright, it worked.
Oh, I had the first death of this campaign.
Yes, the first
Yes.
player death, which actually had a semi-decent burial?
Well,
Burial?
Question mark?
Better than any of Tama's characters.
Oh yeah,
shut up.
completely eviscerated and then turned into the undead.
No, I was more or less meaning his last one they had in your campaign, Tama.
Oh.
Jordan.
God.
Just
Yeah.
getting dragged foot first through an entire dungeon while he's dead.
Oh, Mayhem, yeah.
Mayhem went through some mayhem. Oh,
Mayhem.
jeez.
That's alright, though.
Alright,
Oh.
well, we're probably gonna, I'm gonna peel out, because
Yep.
I have to get ready and hit the road.
No, it's all good.
All good?
Probably should be back on my computer by about 7ish.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you kindly for joining us for D&D.
Yes.
No problem.
Thank you to the chat as well. Cynical
Yep,
mostly,
thank you,
just
Cynical.
speaking out.
Hello everyone who turned up. Thank you for watching our clusterfuck. I don't know why you want to watch it, but thank you anyway.
There will be more in the
We
future.
also had Commander Root. Let's do this.
Bot,
Lurks,
bot, bot,
Princess League,
bot.
Just boss.
Rowena.
Ruano?
What is-
I don't know.
Ruano?
Probably a bot. I don't know who the Sarah Rox is, but or,
You know,
or just a
the Cynical
dudus.
Elite looks like a bit of a bot to me as well.
We're just all
Plot
bots.
twist.
Sadness
Plot twist.
majority.
We're
There
all
will
bots, they're
be.
human.
There is there will be the VOD up. You'll be able to watch it then, and I'll put it on my YouTube as well, so you're perfectly able to watch it all.
And feel free to tune in next time when we're running Jordan's campaign again. I think in a fortnight.
3
aren't we?
weeks. Oh wait, no.
Yes, 3 weeks, because it'll be mine next week, then yours, then hit. So...
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That will be the... Hold on, let me just check when that is, actually. The 27th of the 4th. That should be the 18th of October, I believe.
18th of
Yep.
October.
Yep, 18th of October. That's 3 weeks from now.
Alright.
But I think that
Alright.
we'll sort that out.
Watch out for ants.
Suspicious
that's
ants.
scary.
Watch out. They're vicious.
Alright.
Yes.
We'll catch you guys later.
Catch you around. Have a good one.
See ya.
See you.
Alright, stream. So,
Krigh is gone as well. Everyone has disappeared.
so next time that there will be a stream for D&D will be the 18th of October. So, if anyone wants to listen and follow along with what's happening, feel free. But until then... Kakita! Ah, nasty. Look at that butt. Yeah, so next time, more shenanigans will happen. I might end up streaming the other 2 campaigns as well that we do. The one with Tama and the one with Pete. We'll see how that goes. Until then, get your on.